We love with it. What's up, y'all?
Yo.
Here with H-Town's finest.
Hold on.
Big Bang.
God damn. I can't hear you. Hold on. 1 second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Bang.
Okay, there we go. Get your hand out that water. Get out of here.
I wanted to make sure we started this before Sunday dinner. Let them know where they can find Sunday dinner at.
Hey, man, today we in Houston, Texas, live on Fighting Words with Bang with me and Greg Hackett, man. I got the voice of Philly boxing, and I got the motherfucking eyes of Philly boxing. Hey, man, what's going down? Y'all can tune in by 4 p.m. Central. It'll be 5 Eastern, 2 o'clock Western. Yeah, man, 3 o'clock Mountain Time. Y'all pull up, man. We're gonna have nice platters for y'all, man. Like my Philly guys say, nice platters.
Oh yeah, you know we love the platters, man.
Absolutely.
We love a high quality platter.
Absolutely, man. So if y'all ain't tuned in or subscribed to Fighting Words with Bang, GHB TV, or YSM Sports, hey man, climb from up under that rock, man. They got worms and maggots up under there. You don't want to be around that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Hold on, baby.
Man. They Kurt in the crib, huh, man?
Yeah, that's my daughter, man. I'm gonna feed her right quick. You know what I'm saying? What's going down, no meal ticket?
All right, yo, it's a lot going on at 154 pounds.
Absolutely.
I call it chaos at 154.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yo, so what I'm noticing is only certain things get covered right now in boxing. It's a lot of things that are flying under the radar. And I feel like we got to touch on it. I feel like we got to tap in on it. Yeah.
I'm here for it all, brother.
All right, so let's start it off, right? Xander Zayas and Vergil Ortiz. I'm not sure people are aware, but they've been going back and forth on Twitter for about 2 weeks.
Right.
And as of recent, Xander called Vergil a 27-year-old prospect.
Wow. Do you agree with that?
No, because I believe in contender. And Vergil Ortiz is a contender.
Right.
But the shit was still funny. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Come on. Talk to me.
Yeah, wait. I'm reading this comment. Hey, balling in the mix. You feel like Bakhram's being ducked?
By who? Who he being ducked by? Because I know Lubin. I know Lubin tried to get that work with him, but like you said, ain't nobody want to pay for the fight. And Lubin I have never seen so many. I've never seen a fighter have so many title eliminators and not get a title shot. I never seen that before. Lubin is the king of the eliminators.
Definitely is.
For real.
Hey, we got Brunch Boxing.
Brunch Boxing, how's things?
Twitter legend.
Hey, what's good, YSM? What's good, brother?
What's good with you? The first thing we're talking about is, well, the topic's 154 pounds. It's a whole lot of shit going on. Xander and Vergil Ortiz is back and forth about a potential fight. Give me your thoughts, Matt.
I think Vergil Ortiz pulled a bit of a PR stunt.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. He took to Twitter once everyone saw that the Lubin fight was talked about is going to get finalized. He took to Twitter, tagged Xander, and said, "Hey Xander, we're waiting 3 days for an answer from you, right?" But Xander, as slick as he is, put the email out that Eric Gomez sent to Carl Moretti. If you look at the email said, "Carl, thank you for your prompt response." That's number one. So first of all, they did respond to you. Secondly, if you look at the date and time on the email said Friday, which was that morning that Vergil put the tweet out there at 11:58 a.m. So you're telling me, first of all, you lied and said he ain't answered you since Wednesday. That's clearly a lie because they had it back and forth. But now you're telling me at Friday, 11:58 a.m., you're expecting these guys to hammer out a deal by 5 p.m. the same day? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Okay, so tell me this. Do you think all right, so I'm just gonna go off what I saw because I didn't see that part. But I did see the fact that Xander said, you know, I think what it was like a 50-50 contract, right?
Yeah, it said that they were going to get like a 50-50 split in revenue from the zone pay-per-view and stuff like that. That was the email. But look at the top of the email and look at the day on the email. It says Friday.
Okay, so do you think that's a pay-per-view event?
Absolutely not.
Main event?
Absolutely not. And,
Yeah,
and that's
me
another and
either.
that's another thing. You're telling Xander, hey, we're gonna split 50-50 pay-per-view. 50-50 of what? What's 50-50 of zero? Because that shit ain't breaking even.
Right, right. I don't know. I really for me, I just the way Xander talking as far as like meet me in Puerto Rico and I'm thinking like, damn, like you calling shots like that, but he is a champion though.
He the
He is a
champ.
champion.
He the champ. And the other thing that Xander has over Vergil, which is why I think Vergil put the tweet out there, because obviously Xander got under his skin. Xander did agree to fight him when they were gonna fight in February, and they came back and said, "No, we'll fight Madrimov instead." So he could never say that Xander didn't want to fight me. Xander will always have that over him. So now Xander trying to big boy him, like, bro, I'm the champ. You might think you a name, but you nobody to me. If we gonna fight in Puerto Rico on my terms.
Okay, so tell me this. Who do you think who do you think is more who do you think has a bigger following out of Xander and Virgil?
On the West Coast, Vergil. On the East Coast, Xander.
I mean, we saying West Coast, but we also got to mention like Texas too.
Yeah, I consider Texas the West Coast.
Nah, we can't do that, brother.
Yeah. On the west side, if
Hey,
you divide the country down the middle, that side, the left side of the country, we're gonna say that's Vergil. The right side of the country, which is New York, Philly, you know where all the Puerto Ricans be at. That's Xander
right, right,
country right there. That's
right, right,
Xander
right, right.
country.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yo,
I don't.
but
I don't. No, go ahead. My bad. My bad. My bad.
this is my point, though, right?
All right.
There's a lot of picking and choosing going on in the boxing space. They pick and
Right.
choose what topics they want to cover. They pick and choose what narratives they want to push. Nobody's talking about that. Matt, how many people picked up on the email? They didn't.
I did. That's why I talked about it on my show, and that's why the people need to be listening to Brunch Boxing.
Talk your shit, boy. Talk your shit, boy.
Real, real shit. Brunch boxing on Twitter, waiting for him to come to YouTube, but he wants to be an asshole.
Yeah, man. You got to get to YouTube, bro.
He despises YouTube. He just despises.
Well, funny enough, I just started YouTube. We had our second show yesterday.
Let's
So we
go,
on
man.
YouTube now.
Let's go. He's
We
been
on YouTube now.
anti-YouTube for 6 years. But anyway, right? See, you don't have people pushing. There's a lot of channels that don't push the truth. There's a lot of channels that push conditional truth,
Right.
segmented truth.
Right. And some channels push their own truth.
People, wait. See, no. Said he don't talk about it because he's used to no. See, that MDA, that's that bullshit. Because when it comes to Boots is on fucking the boxer voice every fucking day. Just about. So no, you got to cover them all, bro. You got to cover them all.
No,
and
that's a fact.
I'm glad that Matt pointed out the PR games that fighters, managers, promoters play. Because that's definitely one of them. Everybody know that Xander is having a fight in Puerto Rico. Everybody. Everybody knows that it's customary for a champion, especially a young champion, to have a coming home fight first before anything. And Bob has said it that the first fight back home was going to be in Puerto Rico in what, December? And so now you come with an offer when he just fought. It was like 2 weeks ago. And you already know their plans of taking him back home, 1. 2, a pay-per-view bout that right now isn't ready. 3, you want to go 50-50 like you're a draw, but you're not. And I'm not saying that it wasn't the right play for Vergil to make, because right now Vergil is trying to turn the tide and make himself the next big Mexican draw. And how you do that currently with the state of boxing is you try to make it seem like people are ducking you. But right now, there's no outrage. There's zero outrage. And I just find it funny that where are all the outlets? And I'm not going to name them because some of these people are my friends, but where y'all at?
Bro, one thing I know, 2 things for sure. Hey, man, a lot of these boys just going to push their own, they're going to talk about Boots every day. They're going to talk about the way he avoiding all these fighters, but ain't nobody talking about how these fighters are avoiding him. About all these contracts and these offers that was sent out and all this. So they just be freestyling, creating their own narrative. You know what I'm saying? So for me, on my channel, Fighting Words with Bang, we don't do that. We talk about what's real. We do fighter breakdowns. You understand me? We doing predictions. We don't do too much of the gossip. So if it ain't gossip like, they not gonna give you the real spiel on a lot of these channels. It gotta be drama. You understand what I'm saying? Or they'll create their own drama. So, and then I don't know, to be honest, bro, I don't know who's out of line in this situation with Vergil and Xander. Like cause the way y'all speaking about this email, I wasn't privy of the dates and how everything was like lined up or whatever. But I don't know, dog. I think Xander kind of like getting ahead of himself a little bit, to be honest with you.
If we keep it a being, Bang, and I feel like I'm getting a hint of the Texas, right?
Talk to me.
The reality is one guy's a champion, one guy isn't.
Right.
One guy feels like he's a bigger name because he's faced better opposition. And the one guy actually accomplished something that the other guy didn't accomplish. And so you're at a point where you're not going to dictate to me.
Right.
And I can't be mad at either guy for the positions that they're taking. But the reality is one dude's the champ, one dude isn't. And the only person you can blame for that is Oscar De La Hoya, because Oscar De La Hoya hasn't put Vergil Ortiz in a position to not only win a world title, but just compete for a world title. This is his third division.
We're not doing that. We're not doing
Well,
that.
Is it not true?
Yeah, because I was gonna say about the
ain't tell that kid to get sick when he was supposed to fight for the WBA belt. That's on him twice. That ain't on Oscar.
Wait. Okay, wait. I want to say this part though. This is his third division, right?
Yes, it is.
Right.
This is his third division, and he hasn't fought for a world title yet.
He was supposed to. He couldn't make weight safely.
But you talking about one situation. Okay. Well, he's been at 150. More than
once that fight got postponed.
Yeah, but I know you're talking about the first time wasn't his fault. The first time was on Stanionis, appendicitis. Okay?
Right.
But then the other two times, yes, I put that on him, but he's had 4 fights at 154 pounds. Still nothing.
Yeah, he came to 154 fighting 47 pounders and a who is that nigga type of fighter. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at the direction that he's taking. Does he look like he's directing to a world title? Because Bakhram offered him the fight. They didn't want to go in that direction. They felt like it was too many tough fights in a row. That's Oscar. That's not me. But that was a potential title shot that they turned down. So it's like, Matt.
Bakhram wasn't going to be able to make that fight anyway.
Go ahead. Why?
Because he got to fight Lubin.
I thought they turned the Lubin fight down because ain't nobody want to pay for it.
No. They can't turn the Lubin fight down. That's a mandatory. If anything, it goes to purse bid. So Lubin can leave negotiations, but Bakhram can't.
Remember, Bakhram won the world title and was promised a voluntary.
Yeah, but he took too long with that.
Yeah, I know. But when the fight was offered to Vergil,
too big for his britches. So the IBF ruled, but remember, Vergil fought in February and injured his hand. So Vergil wasn't coming back until the fall anyway. This summer, Bakhram tried to petition the IBF to see if he could still get a voluntary, and the IBF said, no, we don't believe you can make your mandatory defense and have a voluntary by the deadline, so you have to go straight to your mandatory. That's what the IBF ruled.
I hear what you're saying, but that wasn't the reason why Oscar De La Hoya said he turned down the fight, though. It wasn't because of the hand. He said it was because it was too many tough fights in a row.
Yeah.
So I understand logically what you're saying, because logically that makes sense. But at the time, he stated too many tough fights in a row and that he didn't want to go in that direction. I know it was offered to him a second time, but I don't know the circumstances behind the second time.
Yeah.
I'm not the dude that as soon as you hear that somebody turns down a fight that automatically duck. That's other boxing channels. That's not real boxing.
Right.
Real boxing, there are schedules. There are certain directions that people want to go in. And then you have people that are interjecting themselves looking for a fight, but it might not go into the time frame that said promotional / management / fighter that it may not necessarily fit. And so I'm just glad that Matt brought light into the situation, that it wasn't just me, because when I say something about somebody else that could be potentially fighting a Jaron Ennis or a Philadelphia fighter, I get labeled as biased.
Right. I get it. So okay, so tell me this. So Bakhram wanted to do a voluntary title defense until Vergil was healthy. Is that what it was? He wanted to stay busy?
He wanted to do a voluntary title defense before his mandatory. Because remember, Lubin became the mandatory in May, Jamil? When he fought Adriel Holmes in Florida? I think that was in May, something like that. So he wanted to do a voluntary after May, but before November. But he took so long trying to make a fight that the IBF said, nah, you got to go straight to the mandatory now.
They did.
So Because I'm thinking when Bakhram won his belt, he barely broke a sweat against Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, he
You
should have
feel
been.
me?
Listen, Bakhram should have fought 3 times this year. It don't make no
Facts.
Well,
sense that he ain't fight yet.
say the whole part. Here's the reality: Bakhram is a world champion B-side.
Yes, sir.
That's what.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Like if
yeah.
we're gonna talk about like, we're gonna talk about everything, every aspect of boxing. We're gonna give you the truth, right? And you got everybody saying that everybody is ducking Bakhram. Here's the reality: Bakhram is a B-side to all the top guys, even though he's the world champion because his promotional company, one, doesn't have a network deal, two, doesn't have a big budget for his fights, and three, he doesn't belong to a fan base, a big enough fan base to where as though networks will want to invest money in Bakhram. And so all Bakhram would be is the guy that gets brought in to face a Vergil, to face a Xander, to face a Fundora, to face a Boots, guys with network deals with big budgets.
So you saying for them to make money off of for them to make money off of murder, he got to be in there with a name.
Here's the reality, right? And then you get fans' perspective. This is a fan perspective. Bakhram is Muslim. He participated in Ramadan. It's no A and B side. He's backed by Turkey. Well, if he was backed by Turkey, why hasn't he fought since January? Because other people that were in Ramadan were slated to fight. Why hasn't he?
Bakhram has never fought on a Turkey Al Sheik card. How is he backed by Turkey?
Pew,
pew, pew. Yeah, Bakhram's with Kathy Duva, main events.
Yeah, he's a main event fighter. But like, just do like the issue that I got with YouTube boxing or just social media boxing coverage is these bullshit narratives, unresearched or completely agenda driven. And Matt, I'm glad you up here because we're gonna have an uncomfortable conversation. Here's the truth about your boxing media. For everybody that's watching, we got 77 people in here. Boxing media gets swayed by who is willing to give them interviews and who is willing to give them access and who isn't. If you are not giving them access, boxing media will push negative narratives about you. If you are willing to give them access, boxing media will push positive narratives about you. This is the truth. This is not opinion or conjecture. And I'm not going to name names, of course, because that's their business, not necessarily mine. And some of them are friends.
Well, you need to tell your friends to quit acting like that, bro.
My friends don't listen to me. They're gonna do what they do when they want to do it.
Man, cause I'm so unsubscribed to a lot of these dudes now. Like I'm starting to like really see how these boys be acting out here, bro. And they'll lie on you. They'll make up false news on you. They'll do 30 videos in a week about you. Bad news, bad news, bad news. I don't know, bro. I ain't in it for the clickbait, bro. I'm in it to spread the gospel. You feel me?
Now, one thing I will say though is, and at least for me personally, when I interview someone, I get their perspective, and if that's their perspective, I'm not going to skew it and try to put my own spin on it.
Right.
So now,
that's why.
If it's like, for example, I've interviewed Brian Norman. I've interviewed his pops. I've interviewed his manager. So I know all of Brian Norman's perspective when it comes to the failed negotiations with Boots. Now, I haven't spoken to Boots, so I don't know his perspective, you know? So if I'm giving Brian Norman's perspective,
it's Brian Norman's perspective.
That's on Boots to put his perspective out there. Because here's the thing about me. Like me, I like to parse through what people say. Because just because somebody say it don't mean it makes sense to me. So I'm going to ask what I feel are the right questions to get to the truth of the matter. And then I'll go from it from there. I think a lot of times these fighters, and Mill, you've been accused of this being the Boots guy. You know, everyone calls, because you the Philly man, everyone calls you the Boots guy. A lot of fighters, they go to where they're comfortable enough where they might not get a question that they don't know how to answer, or a question that doesn't exactly fit the exact narrative they want to put out.
Mm.
And it's not like a gotcha, because I'm never a gotcha type interviewer, but I need fighters to understand this, that everything you do, not everyone's going to agree with. Everything you do, not everything is right. Some of it is right, some of it is wrong. Just put the truth out there, your truth out there, and let the people decide. But some of these boxers are too scared to do that.
Matt, but you know that's not what I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about in general.
I know, but you know that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to when the actual journalist gives his take and perspective. And it's
I don't like
biased.
that.
Yeah, it's biased based on access. Because
Dan Rayfield. So Dan Rayfield.
Go ahead, Cook.
He last year, Boots versus Vergil. Remember that whole bullshit story that was out there? Boots duck Vergil this, Boots duck Vergil that, right?
Yep.
I reported back in, I want to say October, November, that Jaron Boots Ennis was not planning on coming back to the ring until the spring. And I reported that he was in negotiations with Amanda Stanionis. And this was before people were talking about Boots versus Vergil. So then when people started saying that, oh, Boots is talking to Vergil and they're gonna be doing this, I was like, that's not true. Because I knew for a fact from not Boots' side, from Stanionis' side, that hey, we are negotiating a deal and we're actually close to making a deal for a unification. So I knew Boots versus Vergil wasn't on the table.
And then remember the back and forth that you had with Dan.
I had to block him. He tried to say, oh, that's fake news. That's fake news. Per the promoters, they're not negotiating anything. But because he didn't know, and because he was loud and wrong, he wanted to make it seem like Boots was ducking Vergil just to fit his narrative. And he went on a smear campaign against Boots. And I didn't like that.
And
I didn't like that at all.
Ever since he was wrong, it's literally been nonstop, just like vitriol. He even made he said, Boots turned down this person, he turned down that person for a unification that will never exist. Only for a couple weeks later, the unification get announced. But that's one of people's boxing sources. Not boxing source, but that's one of their sources for boxing information. And that coincides with what I'm saying. Literally, reporters, outlets have vendettas, relationships, and you're like, as a boxing fan, you are not getting the coverage that you should be getting. And I seen somebody in the comments says, Jamil is biased or whatnot. Bro, I love my Philly fighters, right? But it doesn't stop me from interviewing Romain Villa, David Avanesian, Amanda Stanionis. I have literally interviewed every Boots opponent. When Robert Garcia said that Boots asked for 2 tune-ups, you know where you heard that on? YSM Sports Media. If I was biased, I wouldn't put that out. That's the truth.
And you shouldn't have put it out because it was a lie. We know who started that lie.
And according to the actual person, he didn't want 2 tune-ups. But I still put it out because that's Robert's perspective. That's Robert's truth. Greggy G, what up?
What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling?
I'm chilling, man. The initial conversation was about Xander and Vergil's back and forth, but now we're talking about biased boxing media.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of that. What's the deal, though? I feel like, it's clear. It's clear because you get people who they want to believe with whatever the first thing they hear
Yeah.
when it's a negative stance. They run right with it because that's what they want to believe. Everybody wants to be a part of a team where they got a dominant fighter. You know what I'm saying? So you had Bud's team going crazy when it was time. You had Earl's team going crazy when it was time, and so on and so forth. It's like that. I think because we could clearly see that Boots Ennis is getting ready to go on a run. People are just pissed off because they wanted their guy to be next. And it's just like with fans with Tank, right? I don't have nothing against fans. It is what it is. People love who they love. And I love Tank. I think he's a great fighter. But when that's your favorite fighter and he's going through things and people saying stuff about him, people get pissed off and they just start trying to make up anything. And they want to start seeing guys fall. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I want all these guys to get whatever they can get out of boxing because boxing is a very cruel sport. You know what I'm saying? The way they treat fighters. And it get crazy, but the part that's pissing me off is just the fact that you got grown men coming up, making up shit and just saying shit when they know exactly what's going on. It's just funny to me after Boots team announces his date, everybody else got dates now, and those dates are right behind his date. And I just thought that was like real awkward and crazy, but it is what it is. It's the game. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I believe all of these fights will happen, but they're going to try to run, but these fights got to happen. People are really invested into fight and boxing now, and they supporting it like any other time. Like this shit is like probably at its height right now. I know back in the day, a lot more people showed up to fights because it was nothing else to do and it was exciting. It's a lot of shit going on, but boxing is getting a lot of attention. And you got that's why you have so many people calling themselves media nowadays. But you clearly see, Mill, some of the biggest some of the biggest media outlets, they don't even interview both sides. They'll get one
No.
side, take that, and run with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing people don't pay attention to. If nowadays it's nothing to get on the phone and hit up a fighter or his team and be like, yo, can I interview? I've done it, you know what I mean? And got some guys on my channel, you know what I mean? So I know it could be done with bigger platforms, but that's not what they want to do. They want to push narratives, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to matter is the ass whooping. You know what I mean?
All
No, wait, I
right.
got a question because you said something that kind of made my ear twitch. You said these guys are trying to run, but eventually they're gonna have to fight. Like, who's trying to run from who?
This is what I'm saying. We looking at a new division, right? But we looking at a guy. It's kind of like LeBron going to the league, right? It's not the same, but here's why it's the same. It's a guy is going to be good. When we watched LeBron in high school, we could clearly see he was ready for the NBA. Even though he wouldn't be the number one guy in the NBA, he was going to be the number one guy. We could see it. So with Boots Ennis, we can see it. What I mean by running is it's so funny to me that all of these guys had either they was just in the shadows, they wasn't trying to be saw or heard from, or they pretended to have other dates. Now that he has a date, now you got Boachuk got a date, Virgil supposed to be having a date. Everybody got these dates now popping up out of nowhere. And it's like, all right,
Oh,
well,
well.
I'm saying,
A
let me
lot of
finish.
a
Let me
lot of
finish. Let me finish real
these
quick.
guys already had dates.
Let
Yeah,
me
yeah, yeah, yeah.
all right. My thing is, everybody said they was willing to fight him. This is what the things they was saying. But the opportunity was there. The reason I'm telling you, nobody, now this is just my opinion. You don't have to believe it, you don't have to agree with it. The reason I feel like a lot of those 54 pounders didn't want to get in there with Boots first is because they didn't want to be made example of. Meaning, if they fight him right now in a non-title fight, then it's like their stock is going to drop. You feel me? So I'll wait I'll wait, one, to see what he looks like at 154. Two, if he does look great, then guess what? I'll fight him when he get a title. I'm not gonna fight him right now because the money that they paying, which I think is good money, I think it's fair money, but they think because he's going to be a pay-per-view attraction one day, or maybe just one of the biggest fighters in the world, I'm not going to fight him right now for 250,000, 500,000. I'll wait to the minimum is $3 million and things like that. So that's what it's the old holdout game. We've seen this before. I don't know why people act like this is new. We've seen it. Guys hold out and they wait until a guy reaches his height, and then it's like, all right, now I'll fight him. It's just like Tank. Tank, everybody wasn't calling out Tank when he was up and coming, when he was doing his thing. But once he got to that point where you can definitely make $1 million fighting Tank, all right, I'll fight him. Same thing with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So I think Boost is the next. It's the next one. That's all.
Hey,
I,
hey, yo,
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I don't think nobody running from Boots. I really don't. And listen,
Yeah,
respect to Boots. I like Boots.
yeah.
Jamil might think I don't like Boots, but I like Boots. I think he's a very good fighter. But I think that Boots has a history of doing bad business. And I'm just gonna call it what it is. He's a bad businessman. He's made bad business decisions his whole career, and he might have made another bad business decision by re-signing with Eddie Hearn. Because all the
All right. Can
smoke for
I
you
can I
ain't with
can I
Eddie
ask a
Hearn.
question? Can I ask a
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Tell me why it was a bad decision.
I'll tell
Make
you
it
right
was a bad
now.
it was a bad
Because
decision to
because
resign.
all the smoke for Boots is not with Eddie Hearn right now.
Okay.
All the smoke for Boots is with PBC and Golden Boy.
Okay.
So
So can I ask another question?
yeah, absolutely.
I- If I do business with a guy in a sport like this, which I also spoke on earlier about how cruel this business is. If I do business with a guy who has my best interest as far as everything Eddie Hearn said he was going to do. He said, I'm going to take this kid home and I'm going to make him a star, right? He brought the kid home back to Philadelphia, where Philadelphia hasn't had a fight of that magnitude in probably 15, 20 years. And he was the first one to fight in the Wells Fargo Center. There's never been a boxing match there until Boots Ennis. So if he brought him home and he did what he's supposed to do with him, he got the titles with him and all that. Why would he, like, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't it be kind of fucked up if he'd be like, all right, fuck Eddie, I'm out.
Well, maybe Eddie took him to where he was going to take him. Not listen. There are some girls that's meant to be your girlfriend, and another one that's meant to be your wife. Maybe Eddie was the girlfriend. Yo, she did what she needed to do for you. Yo, it's a great girl, but she's not the one.
hey,
She,
yo.
we went as far as we were going. Now the thing with Boots, right? And here's why I say here's why I say nobody's ducking him. Sergey Bohachuk, right? He been had a date. I've been about Sergey Bohachuk date a while ago. I announced Sergey Bohachuk date before I announced Boots date because I already knew he was fighting on the Canelo undercard against Brandon Adams. What people don't understand about Sergey Bohachuk is with Tom Loeffler and 360. None of these fighters from 360 are going to be fighting anybody worth a damn until they launch TKO because they're all going to be TKO fighters.
So I got a question.
So nobody from 360 is gonna be fighting anybody worth a damn. So you can cross Bohachuk
So I
off the list.
so I got a question, right? You do you
Yeah.
realize that you answered my question? You realize you answered what I was saying. You saying because he didn't sign with a certain person or a certain entity or whatever, however you want to say it, promotional company, however you want to say it, because he didn't sign with those people, then he won't get those fights. Why won't he get those fights though if they all in the same division?
Bro, because think about this. If you have, all right, let's use PBC for example, because PBC is the company that everybody loves to pick at. Everyone loves to throw darts at PBC. Say like you're PBC. You got Errol, Jamel, you got Jesus Ramos. Who else PBC got at 154? You got Yoenis Tellez. PBC got
There's some dudes
quite a
that are
few.
PBC adjacent.
Yeah. But they got
Murtazaliev,
they
Tellez.
got access to quite a few dudes at 154, right? Now, if you're PBC and this guy ain't gonna side with you, why would you not just make the best in-house fights that you can make until this nigga got to come over to your side?
So you answering everything. I love that you're doing this, brother. What you're talking about is the political side of boxing,
Yeah.
and why we
Correct.
don't see the fights that we want to see. It's based off the bosses playing who got the biggest dick. Pause. The reason they play that game is to show power. But at the end of the day, these fighters don't get to do what they love to do, which is show who's the best in the division, only because you not signed to me. So even if you clear out my stable, I can't have you clearing out my stable unless you sign to my stable. That's fucked up. But
Hey,
the reason I'm using the words running is because if I don't give you a shot at my stable, it's not just because you're not signed to me. It's because what you'll do to my guys.
Nah,
and
nah.
What
the
do you
Matt,
That's
Matt,
mean?
not the
Matt,
way
Nah,
Matt,
it
hold
Matt,
on,
Matt,
hold
go.
on,
Matt,
hold on,
Matt, Matt,
hold
Matt,
on,
Matt.
hold on,
Wait,
hold on,
wait,
hold
wait,
on,
wait.
hold on, Mill, real quick. You said nah, but if Boots wasn't shit, it wouldn't be a problem making a fight, right?
No,
Come
that's
on,
not
Matt.
true.
You got to,
That's not
Matt. You got to
true.
say the other part.
Oh
You have
man.
to say the other part. If you're going to talk about the business, talk about the reason of why they are approaching it with that aspect is because one guy may be vulnerable and the other guy may not be.
Hey man, we also can't forget about the fact that Steven Espinoza came out and said we've had to overpay every single Boots opponent. They
Mm,
all want extra money that they not worth, bro. So
mm.
so 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 here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I'm sending if my team is sending contracts out and offers to these dudes for more money than they ever made for a non-title fight, and they asking for more money, then it's like, bro, like why I gotta be like I
Yeah.
don't get it. I don't get it. PBC got a whole 154-pound roster, and they trying to make sure that don't none of these fighters
Yeah.
fight Boots.
See, but
So
Wait, wait, wait.
now,
I
so
don't like that.
now, say it
I,
See, but
again.
you saying you
I don't like that, and here's why. Here's why.
go ahead.
When people are saying, because you brought up something that is very important that I hope people heard you say. Even Stephen Espinosa said we are constantly overpaying for opponents for Boots Ennis.
Right.
To me, that doesn't mean that people are asking for the moon and back for Boots. What that means to me is that Boots is in like one of those tweener positions where he generates enough where you want to try to build something with him, but he doesn't generate enough to where you could pay opponents and not have to worry about being in the red for his event.
That is true, but say the other part as well, though. That's the part that you aren't willing to delve into. The truth is, dudes want money for the ass whooping, for the potential ass whooping.
I don't believe
Not
that.
nec-
I don't
not
believe that.
yeah,
How
but
don't you
no, wait, just wait real
my
fast.
my bad,
But
my bad.
you know that to be the truth because when he gets mentioned. Oh man, I ain't fighting no Jaron Ennis for no 500,000, right? But the reality is that that same person will fight a Mario Barrios for 500,000. Will fight a
No, they
Brian
wouldn't.
Norman for 500,000. Will fight somebody to will fight another person, and it's not just based off of what the gate will draw. It's based off of what they feel like the risk will be. Risk versus
Listen,
reward is a thing in boxing, and I'm not saying that person it wouldn't be capable of beating Boots. What I'm saying is if that fighter was vulnerable, everybody and their mom wanted to face Jeff Horn. Everybody.
yeah,
When
because
Jeff
because
Horn,
Jeff, no,
when
no, no,
Jeff
no,
Horn won
no.
that
But
belt,
Jeff Horn,
dudes was taking the
hold on.
champ.
That's a bad example because Jeff Horn's fights were being subsidized by the Australian government, so there was
Wait,
enough money for everybody.
I know, but wait, let me make my point though. Everybody wanted to face Jeff Horn. You know why? Because they thought Jeff Horn was food.
Everybody wanted to face Floyd Mayweather, and he was never food.
Wait,
He
because
just
of what?
meant that I'm gonna be making
Because of
some
what
fucking
though?
money.
I said because of what though? Wait, let me get to the super
They
chat.
were gonna make money.
Let me get to the super chat real fast. He was already signed to PBC and couldn't get fights at 147.
He was never
He was never signed
signed to PBC.
to PBC.
Stop right there. He was never
But
signed to PBC.
bro, everything is about risk and reward. You feel like not that the fight is worth X. You feel like the fighter is worth X.
I don't know about
bro,
that,
you know
man.
how budget,
but
you know how
listen,
budgets are, right?
Maybe I think more highly of these fighters than you guys do. You guys automatically think Boots is giving everybody an ass whooping. Like, you remember last year?
You missed what I said. Hey, Matt, you missed what I said.
Brian Norman situation? Because me and you went back and forth for the Brian Norman situation. You remember the Brian Norman situation?
Yes.
Now, you think that Brian Norman, well, from Boots' perspective, they think that Brian Norman was asking for too much. If you agree to the number, he's going to ask for more. This, that, and the other, right? Right? That's what they thought. I just think that they wanted to get paid what they thought was going to be fair market value for the fight.
What's fair market value for the fight, though?
Based on the ass whooping.
It's not based on the ass whooping because I don't think. Listen,
I'm gonna tell you why it's based on the ass whooping. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. If it wasn't based on the ass whooping, then why was Norman accepting the money he was taking in those previous fights?
Wait, what do you mean by that? Because that's all he could command for those fights.
It's all he command.
That's all he could command for those fights.
Hey brother, I don't know you, but I love you right now because you answering everything that I'm saying. You saying that's all he could command in those fights. Now you get to the Boots in his fight, they offer you more than you ever made. You press for more, they give you more. You press for more again, they give you more again. You still say no. That means you don't want to fight.
No, but here's the thing.
You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight
because here's the thing.
Hey,
why? And we've heard this complaint recently from Brian Mendoza. Why did they offer Brian Norman like almost $500,000 less than they offered Stanionis and Barrios?
Because Stanionis was champion longer than Brian Norman Jr.
Doesn't matter.
What you mean it don't matter? More people know Stanionis than they did Brian Norman Jr.
Hey, listen. You could say more people know Stanionis. Let me tell you something. Amanda Stanionis can't sell out a family barbecue.
And Brian Norman can?
I think Brian Norman could draw a bigger crowd than Amanda Stanionis.
You said I think.
Now we can't say that. We can't say that.
You said I think, but where has he done that at?
He has it. That's between him and his promoter. Maybe his promoter.
Exactly.
Listen. The same way y'all saying that Showtime or PBC, whoever y'all blaming, didn't do right by Boots because they never gave him the hometown fight. The same shit is happening to Brian Norman right now.
I never said that.
He can't draw. It just means he hasn't been given the opportunity to show what he could draw.
I never said that because when Boots was still dealing with Espinosa, he fought Villa and he sold out the event.
Hey, Matt.
What up?
I never said that.
Matt.
What up?
All right, so the first thing is I don't want to spend all this time talking about negotiations that, like, bro, that Brian Norman topic has been done to death, right?
Yeah, we're watering dead flowers. Yeah.
I feel like what I'm stating, and I feel like here's the disconnect, is that I'm not telling you these guys wouldn't be capable of beating Boots. What I'm saying is the reason why they in boxing, people ask for certain numbers based off of two things. One, difficulty of fight. Two, what the fight will generate. And people are asking for numbers over what fights will generate if the opponent is dangerous.
I don't know.
That's the
man.
That's the truth. That's the truth across the board.
Yo,
that's the truth across the board.
But listen, and once again, maybe this is just me having more confidence in these fights and our people in these events more than others. I feel like it would draw more than what y'all think.
You keep glossing over what I am saying. I am not saying that person will automatically beat that person. What I'm saying is the risk that person brings, win or lose.
Exactly.
It's worth a certain number to a fighter. You think motherfuckers was going to get in the ring with Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder can be outboxed, but
He'll knock you the
But
fuck
but we
out.
gonna but we gonna but we gonna take these steroids and see if we can go and get him up out of there. Because by 5 his opponents pop dirty. Let's not forget that. Hey, look, balling in the mix said Boots is Brian Norman's screen lock screen.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
He
real
said,
shit.
That's
Real
hey
shit.
man,
crazy.
y'all gotta talk more about Devin Haney when it comes to Brian Norman, dog. Let's get off the Boots topic with Brian Norman
Wait,
because
let me get this super chat.
I got you.
Why did Boots give up his IBF number one challenger spot when he moves up? He can directly challenge Bakhram. He
That's
said
not true.
you
That's not
can't
true.
do that, bro.
The the the, I, the
That's not.
IBF the
Go ahead, Matt.
IBF doesn't do this automatic move up thing. Y'all gotta educate yourselves about these sanctioning bodies before y'all come talking shit. Cause y'all dealing with niggas that know what they talking about now.
I feel like there's a lot of misinformation on. There's a lot of misinformation in boxing in general, and the people that they be getting their information from have misinformation, and so we have a lot of misinformed fans. The only actual sanctioning body that has 100% rule in place for that is the WBO, and the WBA has a rule, but it's fairly vague. The WBC you can petition though, right? But that doesn't mean they'll automatically give you. Matt, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
same with the WBA.
yeah, you can
The
petition for it.
WBO, if you a super champion, that's your right as a super
Yeah,
champion.
Yeah, but people again, that goes to people just hearing something and running with it. That's what goes on. Nobody uses their own fucking brain today.
yeah.
Everybody hears something. It's just like back in the day when I used to tell people in school, I'd be like, yo, you remembering something don't make you smart. That just means you got a good memory. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, if you read something in the book and you able to recite it later, that just means you got a good fucking memory. That don't mean you smart, but that's the kind of people we dealing with. They think they fucking smart.
All right, so want to introduce the voice and the face of YSM West Coast. We got my man Fern. What up, Fernando? Think you're on mute, Fern.
What up, y'all? My bad. I'm sorry.
What's good with you?
I was just getting done working out and everything, so that's why I'm joining in. What's up, y'all?
Originally we were talking about Xander and Vergil. And I know you were really passionate about that topic.
It's not.
Xander
It's not really
Xander and
that I'm
Virgil
passionate about it.
back and forth.
It's not really that I'm passionate about it. It's just that I just want to call bullshit when I see bullshit. That's the
All right, go
reality
ahead,
of it.
cook, talk to me.
Like we saw the email. I don't know if you guys looked up. You know, there was a screenshot of the email. Eric Gomez sending it off to Top Ranks matchmaker Carl. I believe is a Moretti or something. We
No,
saw the
Brad is the matchmaker. I think Carl is what? Is he VP?
I believe so.
VP,
Something like that.
VP.
Yeah.
Mm.
But Carl Moretti was a matchmaker before for Top Rank, if I recall correctly. But going back on that, we saw the email. We saw what the details were. They just want to make sure that he's good to go in December. California and Nevada, which is a neutral site for both of them, considering Vergil's from Texas, Xander's from Puerto Rico, and everything. They want to give him time for his December match. That way they could fight there. We saw the details of that email, and for Xander to go and just comment and say that he wants to fight in Puerto Rico only, I find that as a bitch move, straight up.
Why? Why?
Okay, tell me this. When was the last time he fought in Puerto Rico?
Well, I know he's never fought there as a champion.
And I'll tell you this,
He-
Miguel Cotto was the last great Puerto Rican champion there. Tell me when was the last time he had a major bout in Puerto Rico? The answer
That's
is
him. Maybe they got different goals. They got different.
The answer is he didn't. The answer is he didn't. The answer is
Yeah, but maybe they have different ideas on how they want their career to go.
Oh, so
he don't got to follow Miguel Cotto's footsteps. He could be the first Xander Zayas.
I'm not saying that. He could follow great champion footsteps.
Yeah, and he's following his mentor, Amanda Serrano. She had a championship fight in Puerto Rico. That was a big deal for her.
Yeah, congrats
and
to her.
he want to do that.
Okay, well, let him fight. Let him fight after in Puerto Rico. This is a big match that everybody wants to see. And everybody knows if Xander takes Vergil, a Mexican-American, to Puerto Rico, he stands to have an incredible home field advantage, while Golden Boy counters that and wants to at the same time have a neutral site.
Oh, a neutral site is where? Where were the two sites that were offered?
California and Nevada.
And
Come
they are
on, man.
neutral. And they are
Come
neutral
on,
sites.
man.
Hey,
That's
yo,
like Mexico
I'm
North.
asking you a question. Hey,
That's like
Fern.
Mexico North.
he's from
Fern.
Texas. He's from Texas. All right.
Fern.
So let's do this then.
Fern, you live in California, right?
Let's do it in New York then.
Is California neutral if you're fighting a Mexican fighter?
I've seen Mexican fighters lose in California.
No, I said, is it a neutral site?
Puerto
I've
Ricans
seen
in
Puerto Ricans
California?
lose in Puerto Rico. Some real potatoes.
They have Puerto Ricans here. Not as many
Fern.
as New York, but
Very
still,
little.
not as many
Fern.
as still. But to have the fight in Puerto Rico is BS. Counter
Why?
someone else in the United States besides Puerto Rico. If you really are about that and you talking like you really are a champion, while Vergil actually did bring out facts and say that his opponents have been tougher than yours, which is true.
I don't know about that.
Fight him in a neutral site.
I don't know about that. Vergil opponents and Xander opponents ain't fight each other. How we know? How we know that Bohachuk and Majimov could beat Jorge Garcia? I don't know that. I thought Charles Conwell would cook Garcia, and he didn't.
It's called rankings, and their ranks were higher.
No, it wasn't.
Go back and check.
Jorge Garcia was number 2 in the WBO.
Go back and check. He got put number 2 to fight for the vacant belt.
He got put number 2 because he beat Charles Conwell, who was number 1.
Oh my God. Go back and watch everything. Go look at the sites. Go look at everything. All the details and information are there. Everything is facts.
Bro, listen.
You're dropping an opinion. What you're dropping is an opinion. Everything is out there. The facts are out there. Everything has been there. Again, no one has given me a site other than Puerto Rico that this fight could take place. I'm cool with Nevada and California. Shoot, if you don't want it in Cali, cool. Do it in Nevada. But
wait. I'm gonna point out that Fernando covers fights for YSM Sports in Nevada and in California, so I'm calling biased on this one.
I'll go to Texas for this fight, but I don't want it in Texas because I don't want Xander to say that it's not a non-neutral site.
A neutral site would be fucking Chicago.
I'm down with that. Golden Boy actually just had a show in Chicago, and it was actually a really good show.
Are there I know they're Mexicans in Chicago. Is there Ricans in Chicago?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's Puerto Ricans everywhere on this side of the U.S., baby. I told you. What I told you earlier, OG? I said the right side of the U.S., that's motherfucking Xander country. The left side of the U.S., that's Vergil country.
So let's do it in the Let's do it in the Midwest. Let's do it somewhere. Somewhere in the middle. Let's go to Kentucky. Let's go to Louisville.
Nah, listen. At this point, Vergil need to get in where he fit in. You ain't the champ. Champ said you got to fight in Puerto Rico. If you really like that, then you go to the home. You be a road warrior. Be like Alexander Usyk. Go to his hometown and beat him. If you like
Butcher,
that,
appreciate the $2 super chat. If Canelo fights and makes $100 million, I should take $250K. No, that'd be stupid.
That'd be dumb.
Yeah, but Butte making $100 million. So what the fuck was that about?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. The dumb shit. And Brian Norman used a bitch. Get ready for fucking Devin Haney.
Yeah, but going back to Vergil and Xander, look, it's definitely a fight I think we all want to see. We just have to agree that the details were good that were offered. I understand if you guys don't want Nevada or California, but let's make it a neutral site. Let's not do this home field advantage bullshit just because you want to call rent. You just want to show off. Xander's type of shit on anybody.
Hey, I don't think those terms are really that good, to be honest with you. Because they were talking about 50-50 of pay-per-view revenue. Like I was saying earlier, what's 50-50 or nothing? Because they not breaking even on that shit.
50-50 and pay-per-view revenue.
But they ain't breaking even on that shit, my man. Come on. Listen, I like both fighters. I respect both fighters. But that fight is dead on arrival on pay-per-view. Let's keep it a bean. That shit ain't doing 50,000. We got to stop it.
Hey, both of y'all, let's be honest, right?
Okay.
The offer was a PR stunt, and the offer was a PR stunt to drum up back and forth between both guys because it's a fight that is going to be bigger in the future. The fight isn't ready yet. Xander was going to do a hometown, and Team Vergil knew that they weren't going to accept that fight or those terms right now. But the reality is 2026, 2027, that's a big fucking fight. That could sell on pay-per-view if both guys continue to win.
I was going to ask you, is Vergil going to make it to that fight?
I don't think Vergil in 2027 will be at 154 anymore. I think he'll probably be at 160.
I don't think Xander will be at 154 either.
This is true too.
That's a big fucking kid, yo.
So this is basically Vergil and Boots all over again at 147. Now they're more than likely going to fight at 154. So now it's Vergil and Xander at 160, pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of guys that are talking about fighting now won't fight until the division ahead. Speaking of 160, Jesus Ramos, one of my favorite fighters. I'm a Jesus Ramos stan.
Yeah.
But Jesus is looking at a jump to 160 pounds to face Shane Mosley Jr.
Yeah, I just saw that. Mosley Jr. versus that's what's being worked out. And that could be done. Actually sounds like a real fight, to be honest with you.
I called up his management to confirm it is a thing. And it's not done yet, but it is a thing. But the whole Jesus, Eddie, Jaron Ennis, no, you offered Abel, and Eddie saying, no, I offered, both of y'all. Boots saying that he wanted Jesus Ramos. Boxing is always going to be boxing. And you got the Vergil, Xander offers. You got to understand that everybody is, number one, vying for real estate and vying for control. I don't think PBC is going to give Boots anything.
Nothing.
So do I think that Eddie made the offer? Yeah, I think that Eddie did. Do I think that no.
Oh.
You asking me? You what? Wait. You can cook? Let me cook. Right? Do I think that Eddie made the offer? Of course I think that Eddie made the offer. Do I think that Jesus got the offer? No, I don't think that Jesus got the offer. I think that PBC, and this is rightfully so. I'm not going to keep taking you out to dinner when I know you fucking somebody else when I drop you off. That's essentially what's going on, right? Manistanion has crossed over to face Jaron Ennis, and he got his ass whipped bad. How many times do we expect premier boxing champions to do that for Jaron Ennis, who is not signed to them? So essentially, they will be building up a fighter for Eddie Hearn when they can just build up their own fighters. Logically, as a businessman, I wouldn't do that, and it doesn't make fucking sense. I can feed Jesus Ramos to Fundora. I can feed Jesus Ramos, and when I say feed, it's not disrespect. That's not saying that Jesus won't win those fights, but it's like if I'm going to give him to a guy, if I'm going to give him to somebody that he could potentially lose to, it's going to be one of my guys. And there's nothing wrong with that logic. There's nothing wrong with that point of view and perspective, because at the end of the day, they do not promoters in general do not give a fuck about putting on the best versus the best. They're about putting on the best event that's going to make the most ROI. Simple as that. Go ahead, Matt.
So you think that Eddie Hearn offered both Abel and Jesus Ramos?
For sure.
In the words of the great urban philosopher, James Todd Smith, aka LL Cool J, that's a lie. You a liar. He ain't do that. Why? Because listen. Why would
how do we know that for sure though? How do we know that for sure?
I know Eddie. I know that nigga like the back of my motherfucking hand, man.
He used to drink tea with Eddie.
I know Eddie. Shout out to Eddie though. My first interview ever in boxing. Shout out to Eddie. But that
I remember that, yo. I remember that.
Shout out to Eddie though. But what I will say is this, right? Because why would you be offering Abel Ramos in the first place?
True.
I don't think so.
True.
Because at this point, we need somebody to sign something for something.
Right. I'll be honest with you. If it was me, I would have went with the Rashidi Ellis fight, but that's just me. I think Rashidi Ellis versus Boots is a bigger fight than Uisma Lima, to be honest with you. Like, if he was going to be fighting Ellis, I might have made the trip to Philly. I ain't going to lie. I might have made the trip to Philly. Hey, listen, I would have been wearing a Kevlar vest, but I would have made the trip to Philly. You know?
Listen,
if we talking about 54, I am honestly just looking forward to the.
Hold on. Can I say something?
Yeah,
Why niggas? How come when niggas talk about Philly, they always try to mention some violent shit?
Hey, man.
We never.
ask him where he's from.
But at our event, I know where he's from. But our events, nothing never happens to
No,
nobody.
I'm saying
Everybody
ask
be
him
cool.
exactly where he's from, since you want to talk about violence.
He from the Bronx. I can hear it.
Exactly. Want to talk about violence? Nigga, you want to wear a Kevlar vest to the bodega, nigga?
Yeah.
Hey,
Nigga, you got to wear a vest to the library. I'm saying what I'm saying is nothing never happened to nobody. Why people keep talking like that?
I don't know, man. I ain't fucking with Philly like that. But respect to Philly though. I like Philly. I like Philly, man. Y'all gave us Will Smith.
Y'all just got something against Philly all the way around. Cause isn't that a narrative? Isn't that pushing the narrative? Saying you gotta wear a vest to go to a boxing
Nah,
event?
what up?
That's crazy.
Hey, listen, but Greg, listen, people call Philly the sixth borough, man. So we respect Philly. We
No,
fuck with y'all.
but I'm saying why niggas acting like
Hey,
you can't come here unless
hey,
you
yo,
got armored security and all this other shit.
hey, G. But he
we
not lying though.
if we gonna talk about or
I mean, it is the narrative, but he's not lying, G.
But I'm saying ain't nothing happened to nobody. You got
No,
I don't know,
nothing happened
man.
to nobody. But these young boys got switches, yo.
no, I understand that, but I'm just saying we at the fights. Don't do that to boxing. Now if you go out after the fight, that's on you. But I'm just
But
saying
wait. Since we want to talk about shit that happened in the event, what happened at that tank fight up in Barclays?
that's
Ain't nothing happened. It
right.
was a beautiful event.
that
It
was
was a
hey,
beautiful event. A lot of beautiful black people was out there. It was looking like players ball out there. That was one of the most beautiful events I ever been to, man. Shout out to Tank.
But
Yeah.
shit, when Tank fought in Atlanta, Floyd truck got shot up.
Hey, wait. So that's the only thing that happened
It's the
at
only
that
thing that
fight?
happened, my brother. I don't know what you talking about.
Oh, okay. All right,
So you
cool.
talking about
Cool.
you talking about the night the Charlos got robbed?
Nah, I'm not gonna do that to PBC because I love PBC. But Matt, let's not act like shit don't happen up there,
if
Matt.
Nah.
for
Man, this America, man. This shit happening everywhere,
Yo,
man.
That's what I'm
216,
saying.
appreciate the $5 super chat.
we
Not in New
about
York, buddy.
154. If we're gonna talk about 154, let's talk about a good rematch that just got signed and is gonna be on the Canelo Crawford card, and that's that Sergey Bohachuk versus Brandon Adams fight. That definitely is gonna be a good one. Brandon Adams.
I like
Hey
that fight.
Fern, that's a good one, but ain't nobody asking for that.
And don't nobody give a fuck about it neither.
Hey, let's be honest. If Bohachuk could get that W back, he'll be back up there to be facing either Vergil or Boots.
Boachuk lost to Mike Fox.
I thought he did.
He
Yeah, I
damn
thought.
sure did. He damn
Hey,
sure did.
hey,
Why
Mike, you
niggas
was at
ain't
that
talking
fight,
about
right,
that?
Mike? Fern, you went to that fight, right?
yeah. But at the end of the day, Tank lost to Roach.
I don't know about all that now.
You don't. He
I
got
don't know
Why
about all
not?
that now.
He went.
Why not?
I don't know about I don't know about all that now.
How do you
Why not?
Hey, I don't know about all
say
that
he
now.
lost? Boxing rules, boxing guidelines. Any way you go by boxing, he lost. He took that knee.
Yeah, he took a knee, but he ain't lose.
He lost. He
Yo,
lost without the knee.
He lost without the knee. I'm sorry, he
Nah,
lost.
he was
Hey,
cooking. Shout out to Tank, man. Great fight, great night.
yo, let's touch on this. It was a great fucking night of boxing, right? But then boxing fans gotta chill. Everything's a cherry pick. Everything's a duck. People call Lamont a cherry pick. People said Tank was cherry picking. Here go Tank again, pulling somebody up. Here Tank is going, who's Lamont Roach? Don't nobody care about Lamont Roach. And then we got a great fucking night of boxing. Great night. Great
Because
event.
boxing fans
Great
are
fight.
stupid.
No disrespect to the 168 people in there, but
Yeah.
you see these narratives getting pushed about this fight isn't going to be this because you don't know him. This person isn't a big name, but the reality is the fights that are supposed to be these super mega fights, the best versus the best, be lopsided as fuck. Then they get in there with a dude who you're not familiar with, and they go life and death. Tell me I'm lying. Because I can bring up the fight.
You're not.
You're not lying, but I think guys like you are at fault. Guys like Fern at fault. Guys like Greg is at fault. Guys like Bang is at fault. You guys control the narrative. So when you know there's a good fight out there, it's up to y'all to prop that fight up and let the people know why it's a good fight. The problem with a lot of the coverage in boxing media, and not you guys, but everybody just want to be so quick to say somebody's ducking this or poo-poo that they don't give fans a reason to be excited about
all right.
a fight.
Let's rewind a second, because right now you're talking out of both sides of your mouth, and I'll give you the perfect example as to why. I just brought up Bohachuk versus Adams, the rematch, as a good fight at 154. And what did you say immediately? No one cares about that. So
I don't care about that.
So, yeah, you. Who's pushing that narrative? I'm pushing that it's a good fight because I saw the first one. I know it's going to be a good fight.
The first one's a good fight.
It's on a good undercard. And you went, oh, I don't care. So is it really us pushing the narrative, or is it
so here's why I don't care about that fight.
My question. I'm not
done.
No,
listen.
Just asking my question.
Let's give context, because we always listen. We have to be nuanced in these discussions.
Is it me pushing the narrative, or is it the way that you took the narrative and you responded? Because at the end of the day,
let's be nuanced about the discussion, because you weren't here earlier. I told these guys earlier, I don't care nothing about none of these 360 fighters, because none of these fighters are going to take any real risks with their matchmaking until the TKO thing launched, because all of these 360 fighters are basically TKO fighters. So I don't care nothing. I don't care about nothing with Bohachuk. To me, Bohachuk should be fighting boots next, but they're not going to take no risk because they don't want him to lose before TKO launches.
So you don't think Callum Walsh versus Fernando Vargas Jr. is a good fight, then, is what you're saying? Callum Walsh is a 360 fighter.
If they would have made that, hold on, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. If they would have made that fight pre-injury for Fernando Vargas Jr., I might think more of it.
Now you're making excuses.
I'm not making excuses. I know that he hasn't been the same since he got injured. He doesn't even move the same since he got injured. He doesn't move the same. You know, and that just is what it is. Some people don't move the same after an injury. You know, like my man Price Taylor, he tore his Achilles. He could barely move now.
No, but as you stated,
I've seen Price. What was it, Friday?
Going to take any risk. That's a risky fight no matter what. It's still a Fernando Vargas. It's still a named individual who has a junior behind his name. And we've seen the favoritism that a lot of juniors get. Come on, tell me how many gift decisions Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. didn't get.
Hey, Chavez won them fights. I don't know what you're talking about. Shout out to
hold on now.
Shout out to Old Mac Original saying Matt sound big as shit. You hear me, Matt?
Hey, that's my guy.
Yo,
ain't no Junior Chavez slammed all my wife. That's my guy right there.
Yo, in person, Matt looks like he retired, a retired offensive guard for the Oakland Raiders or the Las Vegas Raiders. That's what he looked like. Yo.
Nah, man. All I'm saying is Chavez Jr. got some decisions here and there, my guy. And we know, and all because of the name. So no matter what, taking a fight against an undefeated one, that's a risky fight no matter what.
I like the fight, though.
Yeah, thank you. But at the end of the day, you can't say they're not going to take risks. You have that lined up. And then also you have Bohachuk taking a risk fighting the guy that originally beat him. How's that a risk?
Hey, Foreign, you are casual. We know you're casual, Foreign. We love you anyway, though.
Brandon Adams beat him years ago. Brandon Adams hasn't been the same since. I don't think Brandon Adams has really looked good in his last couple fights. Now, if they would have said, hey, Bohachuk, let's fight Andreas Katsarakis, you know, I could understand that.
Okay.
But I know what they're doing here. They figure everyone's going to recall that Bohachuk lost. So they're going to say, oh, this is a great fight. great rematch. Let's have it. I understand that. It's cool. I understand why the fight's made.
You just basically described the exact same thing anybody could have said about Antonio Margarito during the Cotto rematch.
That's different. Come on.
It's the same thing.
Yo, where's the nuance? Where's the nuance? Come on.
This was you. He did not look the same ever since he won that fight. Margarito never looked the same since he won the fight against Cotto. He's just not, you literally said what
but Margarito versus Cotto's a blood feud. Like to me, I don't care if Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant lose their next 10 fights. They gotta fight each other eventually because that man slapped the shit out of you. It's just some things that transcend just a regular matchmaking. Like for me, Tank, no matter what happens in his career, you gotta fight Lamar Roach again, my man. You have to. You have to. It just is what it is. Some things just transcend that.
No, I agree with you there. But also at the same time, I'm going to call you out when you say something that, you could literally play with. Pause. But
that was crazy.
I said pause immediately. But you said Brandon Adams hasn't been the same. That's the same thing you could say about Margarito and the Cotto rematch.
For me, I wanted Boots versus Sergey Boyachuk. I'm disappointed that we didn't get that. But the reality is, I'll take the Brandon Adams fight because it was a good fight.
Hold on, meal ticket. Hold on, meal ticket. How come the Boyachuk fight ain't happened with Boots?
I think it's because Dana White's relationship with Tom Loeffler. Yep. If you know that Loeffler's cards have been on UFC Fight Pass for the last 4 years? 4 years?
Or 5 years.
And so, like you said, heading into the TKO starting in January, I feel like they didn't want to have one of their bigger names coming in on a loss.
So they turned it down. Boyachuk and his team turned down that Boots fight.
Yes. So if people want to consider Boyachuk, if they want to consider Boyachuk a tune-up when saying Boots asked for tune-ups, then okay. If Boyachuk's a tune-up, then shit, I guess Boots asked for him. If Jesus is a tune-up, I guess Boots asked for tune-ups because I know for a fact Boots did not ask for Abel Ramos. I know that.
Well, look, I'm about to head out. I just want to say one thing before I leave and everything like that, because I'm more than likely going to do more of these before that time. But shout out to Lester Martinez. Has a big opportunity. One of the first ever Guatemalans. I'm Guatemalan, so one of the first Guatemalans to ever have a huge opportunity on a huge pay-per-view. And he has a very good fight coming up on that Canelo Crawford undercard. So peace out, all of y'all.
Shout out Lester Martinez.
Wait, and this is y'all young boy. My young boy too. My young boy will claim that he's not biased, but foreign, you are foreign. He turned down the fight, and it's cool that he turned down the fight. He had something else going, but that's the truth.
Mill.
What the fuck? You want me to lie to you?
Mill.
Go ahead, yo. Go ahead.
Foreign still eat Lunchables, bro.
Yeah, good point.
Hey.
Now, one thing I want y'all to notice though. I did say Boyachuk turned down the fight, but I ain't say he ducked Boots. People got to understand.
Turning down. People they take turning down as ducking. They act like this is on the street where a nigga go in your pockets and you just sit there like, yo, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you 4 months from now. No, that's not what this is, nigga.
So if Boots doing all this ducking, right? You mean to tell me everybody's beating down the door to fight him for reasonable prices?
What's a reasonable price?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what a reasonable price is. But whatever they getting offered, it's like it's almost seeming like Eddie Hearn offering everybody $100 to fight Boots. That's what it seems like.
Wait, I'm sorry, I gotta get to the super chat real fast. Vergil is a 2-division interim champion with no title fights. Boots will dunk in pay-per-views, kick Vergil. Yo, this nigga's out of pocket. Dunk in
Who's
pay-per-views?
Duncan Penderhughes?
Dunk in pay-per-views? Oh, that's
Now,
crazy.
Classic, dog.
wait, who's that? I
Classic.
don't get the reference. Who's Duncan
Duncan
Penderhughes?
Duncan
Class act.
Penderhughes is kid from Class Act.
You remember Duncan Penderhughes and
The Kid
Blade
and Play
Brown?
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Blade Brown. Ah,
the hypest nigga on the block.
yeah, that's funny as shit. That's hilarious. yeah,
I forgot all about that movie. God damn.
Yeah, we had
this
a
shit.
good childhood, though.
Yo,
I
this
ain't even
shit.
lie.
John Smith, where you from, boy?
From Philly. You
Talk
heard
your
me?
Philly shit.
Yeah, I'm from Philly. I'm just listening to the conversation before before I kind of like speak my piece. But
Hey, foreign, they
I,
disrespecting you, foreign.
I hear all the ducking, the offers. But my man Mill always cooking. So
Yo, hey, John, for me, I rarely use the ducking word because I understand boxing. I understand the business of boxing. I don't feel like Brian Norman ducked boots. I felt like it was in Brian Norman's team best interest for
yo,
them to take developmental fights, even though he had a belt, for them to take fights that they could win while he gets experience as a champion. To me, he wasn't supposed to be in that position that early. They
hey
just thought he
Mill,
was a lick. Go ahead.
hey Mill, I told Brian, I don't know if he's still in the chat, but I told him me and him was like on the joint together. I told him I don't blame you for not putting your son in the ring with that boy. I told him this. You know what I mean, regardless of whatever he say on the net, y'all, I think we all know what he doing. Like we know what he doing, but he just directing everything towards Boots. But that's probably the only name he can connect his son to. That's because Boots is the boogeyman, right? So if you heard of coming at the toughest nigga in the yard or the biggest bully in the yard.
John, you went out. You went out.
Corny though, because I think it's kind of corny because he know they don't want that smoke mill. He know they don't want it.
I mean, yo,
That's my
I look at fights get turned down all the time, right? And it's for various reasons. Time and normally timing is the most important thing. People have different plans in place for their guys. And so
fact.
if I already have a plan in place for my guy, and then here you come along, you have to make it worth my while for me to divert from my plan, or I'm not diverting from my plan at all. And I think that they had a plan for Brian Norman Jr., and that did not include fighting Jaron Ennis for a first or a second title defense. And in my opinion, I think Boots would have won that fight. And so I think they probably felt like it was too soon. Let's get some paydays in. Let's possibly unify against a Mario Barrios or get a big fight where it's a 35 or 40 that eventually moved up to 47 that still got a name. And this is how the people in the business of boxing think. It's not a nigga that you beefing with in your hood. This is a career. And in your career, you have to navigate properly to get the most out of it. I'm just gonna say that.
But
Hey
this my
yo,
thing, though. This my thing, though, Meal Ticket. I
what
don't mean to cut nobody off, bro. This my
what do you
thing.
think?
If that's the thing, why go on these campaigns about how people don't want to fight you and the money too low or we want 1.5, then we give you 1.5 from 500,000, and then you want 2 million, and then you saying don't nobody want to pay you. Then you said while y'all was at the negotiation tables, your son had a broke hand or he was injured, so they knew he wasn't gonna fight. So why would we even be at the negotiation
I'm a,
tables if
I'm a,
you injured? Why are
I'm a,
we at the negotiation tables if you gonna want this amount of money? Then we start dipping in the Boots purse to give you what you want, and then you raise the price again. Then you run around and saying Eddie line. Then you run around saying, "Oh, we already had such and such." And man, all this shit is jargon. This is all jargon, bro.
I see senior in the comments. Senior.
And that's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. Now I'm gonna ask Senior one more time. If the offer was presented to y'all, would y'all fight Karen? Would y'all fight Karen if the offer was presented? I asked this man this same question 3 times. He never answered the question.
Hey, but
Wait,
look what
why would he
position
fight
it got
Karen?
him in though. Look what position it got him in, y'all. Like if anything, he did right. Now look, he got a big fight with Dev, right? He got a big fight with Dev. So I think he played his cards right,
He did.
regardless of whatever side you on or whatever the opinion you got. He played his cards correctly, man. He did what he was supposed to do. We can't
Listen,
get mad at
that
somebody doing what they supposed to do. That's how I'm looking at it.
no, but
But
Yeah, but
I'll
in,
tell you
Hu- in
what.
people get
Houston, in
But
Houston, we
but
call
listen
that
though.
roaching.
But just think about this though, right? Think about this. Top rank, right? Top rank, and I think we all like blind to this. Top rank. I don't think Bob Arum said one time, I'm gonna put Brian Norman in the ring with Boots, right? Not once. I don't know. Have you any of y'all heard him? Any of y'all heard Top Rank say Bob Arum say we looking for that Boots fight?
No sir. No sir.
Ever
Uh,
never, ever never.
so look, right? So why are we blind to that? Why are we not talk about that part? We only go, hey, listen, if y'all think about it, every time we talk about it, right? We go to Boots side, Eddie Hearn. We don't never say, well, where the fuck is Top Rank at in this? They did, like Mill just said, they had a plan. They have a plan. Boots is not a part of that. He's not a part of that. Sasuke was a part of that. The one he fought before that was a part of that. How this nigga get in the ring? How he get in Top Rank Studios, right? In a production, in an interview, and was able to hand this man a letter.
Right.
But Top Rank know that Eddie Hearn and Boots just was reaching out for the fight. Why wouldn't they say, damn, we can revisit that? That's a big fight.
look,
Why everybody ignoring that
Boston.
part?
Look,
Hold on. No, 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 no,
oh
no,
my
no,
god.
no,
Because they
no.
was
We
taking
got
the Underground Railroad.
hold
That's why.
on. See, now this. We got to course correct
Yeah,
here
I
a
was
little
waiting
bit.
for you to. I was waiting for you to go. I ain't
We
gonna hold you.
we
Go ahead.
we we, we got to course correct here a little bit, right?
Hey
So
OG. Hey OG. Jin Sasaki had a loss.
okay, so what?
I ain't
He
So
talk.
got
what?
knocked out.
I ain't talking to
And
you.
he got knocked
He's
out
saying
too.
he's saying Karen got a loss. Jin Sasaki had a loss.
Yeah,
Quavis had
but
a
so
loss.
what? Losses don't matter, man. It matters who you
You
fought,
tell
when you
him
fought
that.
them.
Tell him that.
Losses don't matter. But
You don't want the title.
here's the thing, right? Boots fought in April. Brian Norman was going to be fighting in June. Boots wasn't planning on returning until the fall. So it shouldn't matter to Boots if Brian Norman's going to have another fight in
Nah,
between.
what y'all not listening to or what y'all not paying attention to. You're only looking at one side,
What
right?
do you
So
mean?
if this man, I'm about to tell you. So if this man already, right? If he already
Yo,
reached out
listen.
and it was failed negotiations, right? You
Yo,
got to
yo, yo,
think
yo,
about.
yo, 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 yo. Please. The only example I made was when people keep talking about ducking. We talk about this topic too many fucking times, yo.
Facts, 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 facts. Yeah, I'd rather not. You right. You right, Mill. I'd rather not. I don't want to talk about that shit.
And
Yo,
listen, all
if
I'm
the
gonna
fight was
say,
going, if the
What's your
fight was
panel
going
though?
to
I
happen,
come on there and cook you though, bro.
if the fight was going to happen, it would have happened, yo.
hey, listen, the fight would have happened, but Boots decided to move up. It is what it is. It
He
happened.
decided to not wait around for bullshit, bro. That's all. You looking at
Listen.
one side, you gotta look at all sides,
Hey,
gang.
listen,
Right.
they knew that Brian was going in June. They knew he was going in June against Sasaki, and he wasn't even planning on returning to the ring until the fall. So if you plan on returning to the ring in the fall, then what Brian Norman's doing in the meantime don't affect you.
Hey,
It
bro,
don't affect you at
I
all.
digress. My man Mills said he don't want to get on this, but I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like you don't want to go there. I'll cook the shit out you with that.
All
Tell him.
right, hey man, if
Yo,
you
He's
say
saying
so.
it
I
don't have
just
nothing to
cooked
do
the
with him,
man himself.
but he had one of
Right.
the straps. So how it don't got nothing to do with him? If he want the straps and he got one, what the fuck is that?
So wait, so Brian Norman was supposed to just sit
mm,
until
He was
Boots is
supposed
ready
to
in the
get that
fall?
shit up and stop being a bitch. Fuck
Wait, wait,
him.
wait, wait, wait. So Brian Norman was
mm.
supposed to sit until Boots is ready in the fall.
Y'all niggas making it mad, man. October 11th, man. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Pull the fuck up, man. These bitch
Answer the
ass niggas, man. I'm
question.
tired of these bitch ass niggas. These
Answer the
niggas hoes, man.
question.
These niggas is
Answer the
hoes, man.
question.
These niggas is hoes with gloves on. They out here faking moves, man, like they really want to fight, man. The fight was there. He said no. Let's go. We got Lima on October 11th. Pull the
Come on,
fuck
man.
up.
That's not true. He didn't say
Pull the
no to the
fuck up,
fight. He
man.
didn't say
Pull
no to
up,
the
man.
fight.
You in the protection. You
X.
keep trying to protect that man. You don't even know him. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit
Yo,
out, man.
It- no,
Pull
I'm
up,
trying to
man.
protect the truth.
yo,
I'm trying to protect the truth. Y'all got to
yo,
tell the truth,
Matt,
man. Tell the
Matt,
truth about what happened.
hey, Matt. Yeah, you want to keep a conversations going that for 3 to 4 fucking months, bro.
Hey, man.
I've echoed my sentiments 100 fucking times. I know your talking points. You already know my talking points. I don't even want to get in it.
Yeah, but Greg and John need this cooking.
You don't want this shit, bro. I'll come on your show, bro.
I'm kidding.
I'll come on your
My
show and
bad,
leave you
Jamil.
silent, bro.
My bad, Jamil. My bad, Jamil. My bad.
He said they need this cooking. Funny as shit.
Yo, that
My bad, man.
Hey,
dude is fighting a name
Uh-huh.
that's either equal to or slightly ahead of Boots.
X.
Well, I'm sorry, his father and the rest of YouTube keep talking about these fucking negotiations. The reality is, he's fighting a fucking Hall of Famer.
X.
Who, Devin Haney?
Yes.
Yes,
Already?
yes.
Yes. The
Woo!
youngest undisputed champion, bro. Hey,
Mhm.
yo.
Woo!
Hey, Mill, man. Everybody got channels, I guess, man. What the
I'm
fuck?
gonna
Might
holler
as
And
well
at
give
y'all,
yo,
me a
man.
channel.
I'm gonna
and
holler at
and
y'all.
yo, why I appreciate Norman Senior for being in the comments. Shouldn't you be game planning?
Come on. Come on. So he need to be
I gotta
game planning
yeah,
on Sunday, August motherfucking
bro.
17th for a fight that's in November. Come on,
Literally,
man. Come on,
OG
man.
OG Brian Norman does 2 to 3 interviews a day.
About boots.
That bro, what are we gonna talk about that? Let's talk about death, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What's that at, man? Let's talk about death and
Yeah,
Bill.
man.
Damn.
Hey, man. Your listeners are not big fans of mine, Jamil.
What?
The Boots Brigade are not big fans of mine. This is crazy. These
You
niggas
said
going
you
in
said
on
the
me in these
you
comments.
yo, you
These
said the
niggas is
Boots
not
I'll
Brigade.
be over
fans.
there.
Listen, bro. Do you realize I have as much people support Boots on my channel as much people that hate on Boots?
Hey, man.
This- Bro, my channel is 50% Terence Crawford fans. People don't realize that. People
These
think that
niggas is
it's all
funny.
love in here. No, bro. No, Brian Norman OG, man.
Hey, yo. What's up with So who Virgil fighting now, Mill? Like I heard Thurman. I heard Thurman. I heard
Oh,
shit.
oh,
I even see Fundora. Like what who the fuck is he
listen,
supposed to be fighting now, bro?
listen. I know this though. If it is Lubin, I'm scared to death.
He gonna lose
For
to
who?
Lubin.
You scared for who?
I'm scared for Vergil. Well, scared for
He gonna
Boots.
he gonna lose the Lubin, and that's gonna take the muster off of the
Here,
Virgil
yeah,
and
here.
Boots
I
fight.
said
I thought
that's
about
what I'm
that.
that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about that they've been negotiating a Boots in Virgil fight for the top of next year, and that Lubin is very, very, very capable of not only beating Virgil but stopping Virgil.
He
And
gonna beat
so
Virgil.
And so what I'm worried about is Lubin's going to win, and then now we're never going to get Boots versus Vergil, where Boots would get his credit.
Yeah, but who cares? It is what it is. I look at it this way, especially at 154, because 154 been the best division in boxing for the last like 8 years. All these niggas fight each other. Whoever the last man stand is the last man standing. It is what it is.
Wait. What you're talking about is actual boxing. But I'm going to bring something up to you, and you tell me that this is not a rhetoric that people spew. Boots and Rashidi Ellis was supposed to face each other if they got past Karen and Romaine Villa.
Yep.
Rashidi lost. People were excited about Boots versus Rashidi. Rashidi lost. And then when he beats Villa, what did you hear?
Yeah.
Did he get credit? Did he get credit? Or did they say Villa's a nobody, Villa was a bum?
But here's the thing: you gotta remember one thing about me.
Just answer the question first, though. Please.
No, I'm answering your question. You have to remember one thing about me. I don't be on these YouTube channels. I don't be in these YouTube comments. I don't fuck with these idiots on YouTube because all these idiots on YouTube, this is a toxic place. YouTube is a cesspool. You just got a bunch of dickheads in the comments talking shit, and they would never talk shit like that in person. I've met these niggas at fights. Yo, when I go to fights or press conferences, they're like, "Oh, you brunch boxing? You brunch boxing?" These niggas are excited to shake my hand, but in these comments, these
that's because you look like Keith Lee.
These niggas is talking shit until they run up on me, and then they realize, "Oh, this is a big nigga right here."
They realize he's 6'4", he's 6'4", 330, easy.
Yeah, this is a big nigga right here. You know, I'm a fan. So that's why I don't fuck with YouTube. So I don't know what they were saying after the Villa fight, but I thought the Villa win was a great win because he beat the fuck out of Villa.
Okay, well, how often do you hear that Boots ain't fought nobody? So you calling Villa a good win, but how often do you hear that Boots hasn't fought anybody?
Yeah, but that's on us to change that narrative, Jamil. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And
you got a lot of reach. Well,
when I speak, what do I get though?
Hey. I told you.
What do I get though?
I told you. Tell that nigga come on Brunch Boxing, man.
Is it my fault? Like yo, I've had Brian Norman Jr. on. I had Brian Norman Jr. on talking shit about Boots, Blair talking shit about Boots, Amanda standing on this, you name them. I had them. I get called biased if I'll be giving out the truth.
Nigga, you the Boots whisperer. Everybody know that. You the Boots whisperer, man.
I had a man standing on this. I had a man standing on us for 40-something minutes.
Hey, listen. Floyd had his Ellie setback. Boots got you. All right? It is what it is. It is what it is. So what? So what? So what?
Listen, I'm worried.
I know you ain't just comparing my man to Ellie setback, bro. You ain't do that, bro. You ain't do that.
Yo,
you ain't do that, my boy.
I'm worried for Vergil versus Lubin. That's a fight. Lubin ain't nothing to play with. And Lubin is not Sergey Boyachuk.
Bro, I love that fight. I love that fight. Bro,
he is not Sergey Boyachuk. He is not, man. Look, that boxing wise. Now, in this situation, I'm biased. I want Vergil to get a softer touch. So it guarantees the Boots fight. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Lubin scares the fuck out of me in that fight.
Ah, man.
He scares the fuck. Lubin can
this
go,
nigga
but as a boxing
wrapped
fan,
in bubble wrap until he can get to Boots.
Yes,
he went wrapped in bubble wrap until he can get the Boots.
with a vibranium shield. Yes.
Oh man,
bro, listen. When I heard that fight announced, the boxing fan with me was like, "Damn, that's a good one." And then I'm like, "No, fuck." Nah, man, that's a dangerous fight. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I got Lubin in that fight.
Hey, listen, that's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick, man. I think it's a great fight. But listen, that's what 154 is right now, and it's been like that for the last 8 years. 154, you got a lot of talent, and all these niggas is facing off against each other. May the last man stand.
Real fast, right? So my man called me a nut hugger. But
I hate that.
always in my comments, so that means you hug my nuts, right?
But you know what's crazy about that, Jamil? He would never say that to you in person, though. His
Of
energy
course he
won't be
would.
the same.
Of course
His
he would.
energy won't be the same. Like, just be a fan. If you a fan, be a fan. Like, I
The
don't
internet's a
understand that
safe
shit,
place.
man.
Internet's a safe place, though. They can get whatever they want off, yo. The
Yeah,
reality is,
I
you
don't
got
agree with
over
that shit,
100.
man.
You got over 100. I'll beat you the fuck up, Ramirez. I'll beat you the fuck up. For
Come on,
real.
man.
I would.
All my
Easily.
life I would. All
Easily.
my life I would. Then you a loser.
Easily.
This man out here just giving y'all a game on his
Easily.
boxing channel, building his platform, doing his interviews, getting us some good interviews, some good info, some good content.
Bro,
And
these
you
dudes
upset,
is emotional.
just because you don't be agreeing with some of his takes. That don't make no
One thing,
sense to me. That don't make no sense to me.
can y'all hear?
These niggas is different. These niggas is different, man. I swear to
Can y'all hear
God,
me,
these niggas
Mill?
is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
One thing that y'all probably got. Well, I'm pretty sure y'all already know this. I don't even know why I'm saying it, but the internet, right? If I was, I don't even pay. I don't even pay that shit attention no more, bro. Like with the disrespect and all that. You just said motherfuckers be hyping shit to walk up to you and shake your hand. They probably was the same niggas in your comment sections talking shit. Yeah, man. That shit all food.
Ramirez deep down, he's a fan, yo. He's always gonna be in the comments. He always gonna be talking shit. And guess what, though? I appreciate you, Ramirez, but I'll still beat you the fuck up in real life. So you can save the disrespect and shit. Like, we don't gotta agree. But I'll beat you the fuck up.
Yeah, man. I don't like just in general, I don't like men calling other men dick
No,
riders and
but
nut huggers. That's damn. Maybe I'm from a different era. I don't know, but that's what you gotta see me after saying some shit like that.
no, bro, these dudes, they talk crazy, but you never see them come outside. Never. And then for the dudes that have talked crazy to me, and you know some of them's in boxing, some of them's in boxing groups. I tap them on their shoulder and say,
Yeah.
"What's
Oh,
up?"
what's good? It's all good, bro. Nah, we just disagree. It's all good. I know. It is what it is, man.
Hey, yo, he got you, John. And the crazy thing is, right? There's dudes like Green. Me and him never agree. But I appreciate him. I welcome him on. We don't gotta agree. But all that other shit, like that's corny. Green bug won't stop Canelo. We argue all the time. But it's love there. Everybody having the same position and perspective is corny. That's what makes sports great. Different perspective, different points of view.
So, hey Mill, let me ask you a question, right? What about the YouTubers, right? That ain't that's not outside. That's not at these fights. That's not doing no interviews. They just sit back behind they laptop and they camera and they just create narratives and come up with a bunch of opinions that they try to make facts. What do you
I ain't
call
even,
them? They not the same thing as you,
I ain't
not the
even
same
whoa.
thing as Champ, not the same thing as
Matt
Blue.
is a journal. Matt is a journalist, and a lot of people don't know is that me and Matt kind of started out the same with the same people, and so Matt is a legit journalist, very, very, very like criminally underrated. And while we don't agree on everything because he hates everything from Philly, he's a New York dude, so it's expected. What we give we have our opinions, but our platforms is more so interviews and news. And so you're getting other people's perspectives. I have mine, but you're getting their perspective. So whatever they say, they say. For me, I get criticism because people don't like my line of questioning. Or if they feel like too many point of views disagree with theirs, then I'm running a smear campaign. It's not the truth. Whatever that person says is what that person says. If they like Boots, don't like Boots. If they like Norman, don't like Norman. If they like Crawford, don't like Crawford. Their perspective is their perspective. mine is mine. And so the dudes that are strictly I ain't gonna call it analysis, but commentary. I feel like a lot of them guys have been irresponsible. Whether they're pushing Terence Crawford is a juice monster, or they're pushing this fighter scared of that fighter, that, running with 1% of the business of boxing, but not understanding the 99%. And now you got thousands and thousands of viewers feeling like now they understand the business of boxing, which it's a whole bunch of shit that never gets talked about. I feel like it's just irresponsible.
Basically laziness.
All the time. It's not even lazy. Sometimes it's just vindictive. Sometimes it's purposeful.
Yeah, because of
But
their
what I will say on the boots topic though, Jamil, and I did tell you this. I told you he better fight somebody we care about, or he gonna get grinded the fuck up. And listen, y'all might think that Uisma Lima, he's maybe tougher than people think, but nobody cares about Uisma Lima. And I think that that's why he's getting the backlash that he's getting. And I think a part of that, and I told you this, is because Eddie Hearn is doing very bad PR for Boots because he talked too fucking much. This nigga always talking about his hopes and dreams. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. You overselling and under-delivering, and Boots is taking the brunt of that.
Everything you said was legitimate criticism. Legitimate. The only thing that you're not factoring in is the fights that me and you thought were good, the fights that me and you said, I'll take that. These fans were still criticizing.
Yo, yeah, but they stupid. To
bro,
me, listen,
bro, I was praying to God that Rashidi took that.
That's for
I
us.
knew Lima.
And for us, and by us, I mean black people. That's for us.
I knew Lima. I knew Lima was waiting in the wings, and I knew Lima had said, yeah. So when I'm hearing that Rashidi got offered, I'm like, please, Rashidi. I've always wanted to see that fight. I'm like, please. But they criticized Josh Kelly. They criticized Lima. They criticized Kataraskis. Like, bro, if boxing fans don't watch enough boxing, I was just say that.
Brian Norman said he got a question. Drop the link. Is that Brian Norman Jr. or Brian Norman Sr.?
That's gonna be Brian Norman Sr. And no,
all right, cool.
I had him on last time, and it became a whole shit show where dudes was arguing and calling each other gay. So no,
he ain't gonna call nobody gay on here, man. Come on,
bro. Listen. I'm telling you, I literally had him on 2-3 days ago. And literally, bro, I had to remove, like I had to put the live on private. I had to put the live on private, bro, because they talking crazy.
Grown men should not be calling each other gay.
I'm trying to tell you. No, not today. Not today. What live was that? Tuesday? Wednesday? Yeah.
He started drawing.
Nah. We ain't doing that, bro. Bro, we ain't doing that. I'm like, yo, we gonna stay on for 15 minutes. I'm gonna let y'all say y'all piece. That 15 minutes turned into an hour and a half. A dude's arguing, so no.
And we were supposed to be talking about Vergil and Boots. That shit turned all the way into
it's gonna turn into a Brian Norman Boots negotiation. I'm not doing that, bro. So no. We getting off in 10 minutes. Nah, I'm good.
I want to talk boxing, bro. What about a Mill? I've been scouring the tube and all that, right? How is Bud? How now? It's a favorite for Bud to knock Canelo out. It's like, what is going on? Like, is this Vegas trying to trick us into like what's going on, man?
Hey Matt, I know what you just did too, Matt. I know
Let
what you
him
just
in,
did too,
Mel.
man.
Let him
I know
in,
what you just
Mel.
did too, man.
Let him in, Mel. Let him in.
Here
Let
we
him
go,
in. Come
yo.
on, Mel.
Here we
Let
go,
him in.
yo. Here we go.
Let him in, Mel.
Yo, can he
Let's
talk
do it.
boxing though? Like, can he talk
Let's
boxing?
do it. Yo,
What's up,
yo, what's good, senior?
No,
Yo,
What's
you want to
good,
get the
homie?
you want to get the live? You want to get the live flagged again?
no. Hey,
Yeah,
I appreciate. I appreciate you sending me that link, my brother. That's what's up.
No
Put me
doubt, no
together.
doubt, no doubt, no
he's
doubt.
a rat. He's a rat.
All right, so check me out. Check me out. Let's talk. I don't want.
Can
No,
we talk boxing though, bro?
Hear me out.
Oh my
If y'all don't
god!
mind, listen.
Here we go.
We gonna talk. Listen, we gonna
Oh
talk
man,
boxing.
Can we talk boxing?
we gonna talk about death.
No. Listen, what we gonna talk
See why
about?
we can't talk about
No,
that?
listen to me. No, we can talk about that. We can definitely talk about that. We can do that. But I wanted to talk boxing, and I just got some questions. First of all, I'm not going to bring up nothing about no negotiations. Nobody will bring up nothing about negotiation, nothing about my son fighting. I'm not talking about none of that. We can talk about Dave in a minute if y'all want to. We can do that. I just got some questions that I want some answers to. If y'all can help me out, can y'all help me out with that?
What is it referring to? Because if it's not on topic, then no.
No, it's very on topic. It's
Okay.
absolutely on topic. It's what me and you talk
Hey,
about.
bro. Yo, can you go one interview without talk about boots? Can we talk about something else
But
other
that's
than
what
boots?
the title say. The title say we're talking about something.
You talking about 54?
Right. That's what I'm talking
We were
about.
originally talking
Absolutely.
about
I'm talking about 50.
we were originally talking about
And I'm
Vergil.
talking about 54. I'm talking about
Okay,
54.
let's talk about 54. Come
All
on.
right, we're gonna talk about 54. First of all, I don't know what you saw in Lubin the last fight. He looked good in Fundora and everything else. He didn't look that good to me. And shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. The last fight, me and B was like, shit, we need to call that nigga. So
Yeah.
Lubin in his last fight against what's my man name? Oh shit, it was a good fight. That fight, he didn't look that good to me. So I kind of got
He
Vergil in
fought
that.
Andrea Holmes.
Yeah. Andrea Holmes. Yeah, he didn't look that high to me. But I do know that Andrea Holmes is kind of long. But Andrea Holmes, you can tell. I think it was the lights that got to him. He stopped punching. He stopped doing certain things. He was doing more. I don't like people who when they be boxing. I always talk to B about this shit. It's like when a fighter get a certain cockiness about them, and I'm sure a lot of y'all can attest to this. But when a fighter get a certain cockiness about them, they get it's a bunch of fucking looking and doing and shooking and jiving, but you ain't really actually doing shit. I don't like when people do that, and I think that's what Andrea Holmes started doing. So it was more looking and trying to look tough than actually being tough and actually putting out work. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I saw with Andrea Holmes. So I can't even say that was the best Andrea Holmes, to be honest with you, even though I'm not giving him no excuses. I'm just saying I
I can
don't
agree
think
to
that was a
that.
good fight. Huh?
I can agree to that. That's you
Yeah, so
on
I don't
something.
think that was good.
How
I don't
tall
think
is
that was, I
Jadrell?
don't, huh?
How
But you
tall
don't
is
give
Jadrell? Like
Lubin.
6'2", 6'3"?
Who, Andrea Holmes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga up there. That's what I was saying. But I'm saying, so I mean, Lubin I look at the person. I told y'all before, if y'all listen to my interviews, I told you before, I look at the actual fighter. So then what you do when you look at the fighter, you got to see the fighter when they got shit coming back at him. And I don't think Andrea Holmes was giving him the heat that he should have been giving him with all of that height, all of that range, all of that reach. To, you know what I'm saying? To even be acting like he was acting. That's all I'm saying.
You
I don't
don't
think
give
he was giving.
Lubin. You don't give Lubin. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Now
Hey,
we cool.
do you give Lubin any credit for doing the things that he was doing for Andre Holmes not to
I
show
give
out the
Lubin
way he?
credit. I like Lubin. I'm a Lubin fan. I like Lubin. I wanted Lubin to knock out Fundora. So no, I'm a Lubin fan. I like Lubin. I still like Lubin. I never not like Lubin. I just think in that fight with Andrea Holmes, looking at the fighter himself, which is Lubin, he didn't look he didn't look powerful. He looked very mediocre to me in that fight. I could be wrong, but I'm just telling you what I saw in that fight. That's what
Nah,
I
I
saw in
see
that
you
fight.
too.
You feel what I'm
I
saying?
see
But
you
again,
too.
everybody, y'all just talking a minute ago. I heard y'all talking a minute ago about, people having bad days, and everybody have a bad day every now and then. So it be like that sometimes. So, it is what it is. But what I was going to ask y'all, and this is a real question. Like I said, I don't want to talk about negotiations. I want to talk about nothing.
This is a real solid fucking question that's never been answered. And I can never get no real answers. My question is, if your mans have already been having a hard time getting fights, right?
Right.
We know what he offered. We see what the going rate was. We see 250. We see what the numbers at. And we see what people are typically wanting to fight him. My question for y'all is, how does he expect to get anywhere? Is if every time he has a fight, there's a problem. Don't y'all notice that every single time within recent years that he's had a fight, there's been an issue. It's been an issue getting him a fight. It's been an issue getting him an opponent. And partly because he wants to fight at home. And when he wants to fight at home, he wants to pay X amount of money. You got to think, fighters got their own. They're like, bro, I don't want to come to your hometown. I don't want to fight you here. I don't want to fight you there. People deserve to have that respect. He ain't such an ace. He ain't such an ace side where he get to pick and choose and then get to pick and choose your money. You feel what I'm saying? So my question is, the 100% question is, how do y'all expect him to get these big fights, and where do y'all think they're going to be? This is a real question for anybody in the chat, whatever. How do y'all expect him to? How do y'all expect him to get?
Here's what I think about that, right? I think that this is Eddie Hearn's job. That's his task. Because when you invest in a fighter, you're also investing in their opponents. There are some times where you're not going to be in the black for an event, where you might have to take an L on an event just to invest in that opponent. And I do believe that there are times when Eddie Hearn refuses to go the extra mile to invest in the opponent for his fighter. And I've been telling Mill that for years. This is just what Eddie Hearn does. He did the same thing with Dillian White many years ago, and I think he does the same thing with Boots now, where he's not doing what needs to be done to secure the opponent.
I agree.
You know what I
agree.
think? Listen, I think for real, honestly speaking, I think what you just said, Norman, about he's not a all A side. You feel what I'm saying? I think Boots A side is not as big as it should be. Cause he's talked about he got a little bit of star power or whatever, but I think the money that people asking for, they're looking for a side as if like he Errol Spence or Bud or somebody. He's not that, and then it makes it even worse that he keep putting them in Philly, like fights in Philly. But I
Yes.
kind of agree with you, Norman, on the aspect. Move him around. Like, put him
Yes.
somewhere else. See if he can
Yes.
get another market. You keep
Yes.
putting him in Philly. We travel. Like, I'll travel. I done been to, I don't know, the last probably 8 Boots fights.
You gotta give me the
Like,
pink
you feel what I'm
box.
saying? So I just believe that they putting him in Philly because I think they looking at it like, all right, well,
That's where the
this
money
is
is.
where we can make the most money right
Right.
here,
Right.
right? But I think they scared to take a chance and a loss knowing you putting them in. They can even put them in New York. I'm pretty sure that'll go. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But I don't think Boots A-side power is as big as the fights that he's wanting, and I think his opponents is looking for that A-side Aerospence money, or they looking for a A-side of an A-side, like
Uh,
you feel me? Like you fight Tank, you
so
gonna
hear
make
me
some
out. Hear me
money.
out real quick. Hear me out real quick. So if you got a fight like a Vergil Ortiz, a fight like a
That
Fundora,
fight gonna build itself.
a fight like a Bakhram, a fight like a certain, if you got certain fights, right? If you have these fights where Boots is not the A side, where it is a 50-50, my question to y'all is, where do y'all think these fights are going to take place at?
But I think that's false because all those names you just named, none of them have sold out an arena. None of them. So Boots will be the A-side over all of them. All those names, it's only a certain few names at 154 that Boots won't be the A-side. And that's
I wait.
Charlo, that's
Okay.
Bud. I can't even say Fundora be the A-side over Boots.
All right, but here's the thing. So you thinking small, and I'm not being fun. I'm not being fun. You think it's small. Let me tell you why I'm saying you
Do
think
your
it's
thing.
small. Listen, you think it's small because the PBC has an investment. They have a fighter themselves that they've been building and they've been doing just fine with in Sebastian Fundora. So why would they concede and let you got to understand if it's going to be in Philly, then that means that Eddie Hearn is going to be the one to promote it. So why would the PBC take a back seat with their fighter and send them to, why would they do that? You get what I'm saying? You saying he's not an
Facts.
A-side fighter. You saying he's not an A-side fighter, but why would they do that? So what I'm saying is, all I'm trying to get y'all to understand why I said think outside the box is I don't see an upside. And this is what I be talking to Jamil about on text and stuff. I'd be like, bro, look at what's going on. I don't see it. Like he's having trouble finding these fights that he's finding. So when he get the big fights that he need, where do y'all think they're going to take place? You can't expect a promotional company to take pennies on the dollar to get a fighter that they got a lot of upside with to go to Philadelphia because y'all want to make a star. That don't make sense.
Hold up. Can I say something?
Wait, John, real fast. Rob just entered the building. We got Rob Acosta. Rob, what's good?
What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? What's up, senior?
All right, go ahead, Rob. Give me a take.
My whole thing is this, right? So I understand what Norman's saying. I understand what John's saying. I get what y'all saying. Like y'all keeping him in the East Coast, so to speak, right? But if you look at Eddie, if you look at Bob, if you look at Heyman, if you look at all these major promoters, they have that one major star that kind of dominates wherever they put him at in that area. So if it's like, you know, if it's Haney, is going to be over there in Vegas. If it's Canelo, it's in different spots. You know what I mean? Like different people got different spots where they dominate the most. So I think what Eddie Hearn, Boots is really Eddie Hearn's like biggest star. So he's just trying to build a whole thing in the venue up in the East Coast because Barclays usually run the whole East Coast when it comes to the boxing world. So now they're just trying to give Philly a whole nother look. But you know, and even though they push it out in AC's been back in the day type of stuff. Like, you know, we talk about the Oro Gottis, we you know, back then. So right now he's just trying to rebuild a whole new venue in a whole new city where trying to stick to the name, the Fighting Philadelphia Fighters. So I think that's where it comes from on that end. I'm not saying you're wrong. And I do believe that certain venues should stop being used so much, like move them around. Like I remember going to one of Scooter's fights, and it was in Minnesota. That venue was all that. You know what I'm saying? You got spots in Miami, you got spots in Texas, you got spots in North Carolina, you got spots in Atlanta. Like I do agree with that, though. I do agree that it should be moved around.
Rob, I feel like this should be the last fight in Philly. One, for a long time. That's one. Number two, everybody makes good points. And no, I don't expect all of these fights to be in Philadelphia. But the problem is you'll have a guy like Bakhram Murtazaliev that will have like a certain minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have a guy like Bakhram that will have a minimum because he's a champion, but Bakhram brings nothing to the table to you. When I say nothing to the table, I'm talking about fan base wise. Bakhram can't help you sell tickets. So it's not like he's bringing, if you're doing it in Vegas, he's bringing a certain amount of fans to Vegas. And so now you're expecting Boots or a Fundora or something to carry the whole event. But does somebody want to risk that? And so now,
on the business wise, I understand that. On the business side, yeah, I do understand the risk, just like how John was saying earlier. Like it is a major risk.
Yeah, and I don't think that promoters take risk anymore, and that's the issue that I have with them.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I wanted to talk to Carl Moretti about when will Brian Norman's next fight be, because I wanted to put pressure on him to give him a hometown fight, but they already had plans to give him a hometown fight. And so I think that if a guy wins the title, the first thing you should do is bring him home. Give him a chance to sell. Give him a chance to prove that he can sell. Hey, speak the truth. We got Brian Norman in the back, so go ahead and cook before I let him back on.
Nah, man, I'm just, it's crazy, bro. I feel like it's just the boxing business is just basically just destroying boxing for real, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like all this stuff with the promoters and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I know they trying to make their big bags and all that, but it's like, at what cost when your fighter is taking a huge downfall? Like, it don't make sense. Look how y'all got Boots looking. Not saying how y'all got Boots looking, not like that, but like, it's like way more naysayers now, and I rock with Boots and I rock with Norman. I like a lot of fighters. I love the boxing game, but it's like the boxing business and the lies with the content creators, because we know the content creators is just building narratives too. A lot of people building narratives is fucking everything up. For real, for real. Like, it's making me to the point that that's why sometimes you don't even really want to fuck with a certain fighter, because he probably got he probably got a content creator behind him that's talking a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, just building up a narrative, just building up nonsense. You feel me? And I got a question for you, Jamel, though, like, because I'm not understanding this. Besides Vergil, who else do you think is Boots' next biggest fight?
Big as far as money or just a competitive fight?
Just to elevate his status.
Fundora, Charlo,
He said what, man?
a big fight. What is besides Virgil, the big fights for Boots that are elevated status? Kind of been Fundora, Charlo
All right.
are realistic. I can't say Terence Crawford is realistic.
All right,
But,
I like
look,
Lubin.
if you see this, it's like that's probably why people may be giving now Virgil. He probably feel like he got the upper hand because he's like, yo, I'm only hearing Virgil and Boots, Virgil and Boots, Virgil and Boots. When you throw in this nigga name so much, it's like now he fake may try to
yeah,
like
remember,
get more money out of you.
y'all did
He
that
going,
though.
huh? No,
I
not
said
y'all.
that.
Listen.
No, I'm saying when I say y'all, I'm saying fans. The fans did that.
But now it's gonna make it harder for Boots.
No,
And they can't.
it's
It's
true,
not
but
gonna.
you can't control what the fans do though. The fans want the fans are easily swayed by back and forths and hoopla. It is easy to manipulate fans. Dudes get
Yeah, I know.
manipulated
Yeah,
all the
it's
time,
very easy.
and
Very
so
easy.
now
Very
they're
easy.
looking at that as the fight, and once they fight, it'll be whoever wins. Oh, well, you scared of that guy? You won't fight that guy. It's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing thing.
All right, man. I'm gonna just leave it at that, man. You can let Brian know more sleep. Sorry, appreciate that. Oh no, see you on, so we good. Okay.
What's up, man? I missed everything, man. I'm in the woods, man. Y'all know how Georgia is, and I'm driving. But anyway, though, I'm
Hey,
saying
Senior, I got a question
my
for you though,
basic
OG.
question is, yeah,
Wait, you can
can
hear
you hear
me?
me?
My bad.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hear
yeah.
you.
I just got a question for you, but I'm all right. You the head trainer of your son?
Yeah,
You the head
Son,
coach?
obviously.
yes.
Oh, all right. Well, with you being a head coach, and this just an honest question, right? With this being the biggest fight to date of your son's career, do you genuinely think that it's best that you, the head coach, is on everybody else live talking about the same fight? And I'm only saying that because y'all got a tough opponent coming up. You feel me? And I just want to know, like, I want to talk about the game plan for that fight because it don't even seem like you 100% there with that fight. So I'm just asking, do you think like for the biggest fight of your
See
son's
me?
life that this is the proper moves to be making? Like as far as, going on all the different channels, trying to put your opinion out there, which your opinion is respected, but I'm just asking that question.
Foreign, you sound scary, bro. Like, man.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I'm just
The
asking my
Hey,
answer,
question.
the
bro, what that got to do
answer,
with anything, bro? He's
the
scary.
answer, yeah, the answer is my son not doing that. My son ain't saying a word about none of this. My son locked in. I already got my game plan.
Yeah.
It
Why
don't.
you
It
want to
don't.
know
I
game
do my.
plan?
I do my work in the middle of. I do all my work in the middle of the night. I do my work 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You feel what I'm saying? I do my work. I don't see game plans on.
Hey, Norman, you
Foreign,
breaking up, bro?
that's again goes to what you don't know, bro. You don't know what a fight somebody doing in the background game.
I'm a
You may see.
saving spot.
I know.
Save me about 10 minutes. Saving spot. 10 minutes.
Nah, let me just cook foreign real quick. But yeah, bro, you may see, bro, what somebody doing talking about the lives and all this and that, bro. He's actually building his son up like
Facts.
literally building him up, gang. You cannot be mad at that, bro. He's not
Wait,
talking down.
I
He's
never,
not
I never,
saying
I
nothing
never
too
was mad.
crazy. When you
I
speaking
never was
on,
mad.
wait,
I
hold
just
on,
asked
let
the
me finish.
question,
When
brother,
you saying what's the game plan, why would we tell you the game plan? Let the odds be
because I'm
even.
asking a question.
Let people keep thinking that Haney gonna watch him. He got no fee. He got nothing. Keep thinking that when fight night come, like you feel me? If Haney win,
Bro,
he get all the props from me. He get all the props from
No,
me. If Haney win, I'm
bro.
gonna
I
keep
got
it
it.
a buck.
It was a legitimate question, though.
yeah, it was a question.
It
Like, I
was a
don't
It's
even know
legitimate
what
no.
y'all
question,
be
It's
but
a
it's
talking
it,
like
about.
you
it's a
don't know
It's a
what
legitimate
legitimate
somebody's
question.
question.
doing
Don't
in the
wait,
background, bro.
wait.
Come on,
It's a
bro.
legitimate question because he's the head coach and he is responsible for number one, building the game plan, but number two, organizing and orchestrating the training camp. And so Foreign is asking, are you 100% focused on the task at hand? So Norman can either say, yeah, I'm focused. No, no, I'm not. Either way he answers it. But
Man,
I feel like it's a legitimate question because his topic of conversation hasn't been the opponent that they're facing. So I
Mills,
can
Thank you for that
understand why he
explanation,
asked.
Bill.
nah, I feel you. Mills, can I ask you something though, Mills? You
Good.
know the Normans, right? You've been knowing them
Yeah,
for years, right?
yeah.
You know how they are, how they move. You think they are dedicated people when it comes to boxing. That they take this shit serious.
Yes.
So it's
Eh,
like they
Wait, wait, wait,
already
wait.
give you that aura, and
Wait,
at
wait, wait,
any
wait.
other
I
interview,
can tell you
they
why I
already
asked that question,
my
though.
bad,
Wait,
my
wait,
bad.
wait, wait. Just because you are known for something, right? We're
And it's
human.
their biggest fight.
We are humans. Everybody loses focus.
Wait,
So
Mills,
Yeah.
it
I can
was
explain
it
why
was a
I asked the
just
question, though.
his question was justified. Whether whichever way Norman is going with it is whatever way he's going with it. He's saying he is focused, cool, but it was a legitimate question to ask him.
The reason why
And
I
that's
asked
no
that question,
disrespect to foreign.
no, ain't no disrespect taken, bro. We online, bro. This is online. But anyways, though, the reason why I asked the question, though, bro, is because we saw like trainers make a big impact on a fight.
Good.
If
You
the
want
trainer don't
rainbows?
come in 100% locked in, sometimes that could throw the fight all the way off. And we also saw that, we never know. They might be underestimating David Haney, and that could be the reason why Brian Norman Sr. feels that he can be on live and not taking it as serious. So that's why I asked the question, because I don't think that they even taking Haney as serious as they should.
How
Yeah.
do
Just in
you
my
know
opinion,
that, gang? You
I
gotta
don't
be
think
think
in
that
the
y'all
they believe
tripping.
game.
Haney has no threat. Has no threat to him. Is
I
no
think.
threat to him. So I don't
I,
think he's.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm done, bro. Brian Norman, right? Like, and not even saying like I ain't gonna lie. I like the kid. I like how he carries himself, and I like I fuck with it. Look, he been this exact same way, bro. Talking this shit. Went to Japan, talking this shit. They forced intended, bro. It's the exact same thing. It's no different, but we don't know what people doing behind the scene, bro. You can't tell me he's 24 hours, 7 days out the week on lives, bro. You cannot tell me that he's doing
Yeah,
that, gang.
but it's
You
a
know he
legitimate question because Jen Sasaki ain't Devin. Feel me?
cool, and it plays into Devin Haney. Let them be distracted.
Yeah,
Let
just
them be
ask the
unfocused.
question though, bro.
That plays for all the Devin Haney fans. Let him
I'm saying
lose
he can
focus.
ask the question though, yo. It's not a bad. It's not a bad question.
nah.
Nah, I ain't saying it's bad. It was just kind of like, bro, come on, bro. Like you
I
asked
actually,
me something that
I actually respect him for asking it though. A lot of people would think it
And the only
and
reason
not
why I
ask
asked
it.
that is because if you look around, like you'll catch Brian Norman on every channel. That's the only reason why I'm truly asking. Like with the Jin Sasaki fight, the Derek Clavis fight, yeah, he's been on live. We're used to seeing Brian Norman's face, but he don't usually be on live like how
And
he's on
guess what?
live now.
And guess
That's
what? Look who
that's
we
why I'm
and
asking
look
that
who we
question.
talk about now. He doing his job.
No,
nah, that's what
He
I'm
exactly,
doing
but
trying to
his
that's what I'm
tell
Yo,
job.
you.
saying though.
but
That's what I'm saying. And the
He's
but
publicity,
doing
like
his
all
it's
right.
getting
job.
worse. The
Hey
publicity
Matt, you
is
still on
getting
here?
worse.
Yeah, what's good, homie?
Hey Matt, are you still talking or you getting ready for something?
Well, I'm about to hit the supermarket, but what's good?
All right, well go ahead. I'm gonna let Norman back on
All right, man.
since you
Listen,
want to give
I
him the chat
appreciate
and
you
shit.
having me on, man. Salute to everybody, man. Support YSM Sports Media. That's my guy right there. I've been on Jamil for years, man. So salute to him, man. But y'all niggas in the comments,
I'm gonna check out your channel too, bro. Real
no
shit.
Great
doubt.
fucking
Check out my
content, bro.
Twitter, not my channel. Check out my
I'll
Twitter,
be
not my
over there to
channel.
cook this. I'll be over there to cook you.
No doubt, no doubt. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right. Appreciate you, Matt. You follow Brunch Boxing on Twitter. Great fucking platform. Great conversations.
Yeah.
Uh,
I ain't gonna
all
lie,
right. So
Mills. If I have
And
a
you know
kid,
what?
bro, I'm be
That's
wait,
a
wait.
another.
Bozy / a Brian Norman. I'm gonna talk like Brian Norman, and I'm behind my son like Bozy, training him every
Yo,
day. What are you talking about?
real, I appreciate that. Yo, real fast, right? We got 225 people in here. I want to see 225 likes, and we're trying to get to 100,000 subs this year.
Hey,
Subscribe. This shit is free. Y'all acting like it costs you money. Subscribe. Even the hating ass nigga Ramirez. Like nigga, you in the comments all the fucking time talking shit. Subscribe.
Hey yo,
Appreciate the $2
hey
super chat. You
yo,
don't see Bill Haney online and he the king. Appreciate the
man.
$2, Hollywood. Go ahead.
So
All
Mil,
right.
Go ahead.
when is Dev? I know when the date is. I'm just making a point. But Dev and Norman is what date
22nd
of November?
November.
Okay, so he got plenty of time. Plenty
facts.
of time. Like there's so much time in between where if Norman wants to get on the live and he
Yeah.
talk numerous times throughout the day, just 24 hours within the day. So if it's 24 hours and he working with his son 4 or 5 of those hours, and then at nighttime he feel as though he want to get on, as long as the game plan gets structured, like you were saying earlier, then he can do what he want. But at the end of the day, too, man, that's November. Like we got a long time. Like
Long
Rob,
time.
like
Rob,
looking forward to Christmas.
customarily, when would you start a training camp? Like you got an 8-rounder and y'all fighting on what, Canelo, Crawford undercard, right?
Yeah,
All right. So when did for an 8-rounder, like when did you start camp?
we start 8 weeks.
And
Yo,
the
So
12
so
rounder,
Bro, I be
you
getting
so
do
I'm
8
mad
to
at
down.
10?
fights in November, bro. I'm so mad at fights in November game. Fuck.
but that's what I'm saying. So
They
it's
got me
like, all right,
tight.
so if it's 8 weeks, right? We talk, 2 full months.
That is a
Now,
minute away.
huh?
It is. It is. It's a little minute away.
And
You
we
Yeah,
right.
and we
You
and
ain't
we
lying.
we gonna
right. Now,
forget.
I ain't gonna
We gonna
hold you. Now,
we,
senior, I'll tell you, if he get on the live and it's like 3 weeks away from the fight and he out there trolling everybody, then yeah, that's a legitimate question. That makes sense. That makes sense. But if it's we're talking more than 2 months away,
Nah. That's a fact. But I was just asking a question because
no,
I
you
just want to
right
make
though.
sure it's
I'm
the
my
not
it's the
saying
thing.
best fight
no,
and
Listen,
it's the
listen.
no,
best version of Norman that we gonna see, man. That's
no,
all I
no.
want. The best of the best.
I understand the version of your question though. Like I'm not saying it's
Thank
not
you.
legitimate.
Thank you.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying like if we really step back and look at the whole totality of it, we got more than 2 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
remember,
Facts.
we spoke. Look at Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was getting ready for Canelo how long ago? Because the weight jump. You understand what I'm saying? Canelo probably didn't start camp until 10 weeks because
Nah,
he ain't got to do too much. He just got to work on strategy and game planning, but he ain't got to jump up that many weight classes. He just got to lose the weight.
he had a fight in between though.
I
Hey,
understand that, but
hey,
still, like I
trust and
mean, and
believe. Trust.
and going back to what you saying, John. That's the reason why a lot of people are favoring Crawford because of what he looked like against William Skull.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think it's crazy because we just seen, right, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just seen Crawford getting the fight of his life with a Madrimov, right? Not saying that Canelo and Madrimov is the same, but right after that fight, what was everybody saying? Oh, this dude's supposed to be fighting Canelo. How did we all forget that? Like,
Yeah,
that's all
I
I'm
got I got
saying.
one
See,
I
but
got one even better for you, John.
go ahead.
If he would have never beat Spence the way that he did, and his last performance was Sean Porter before he would have went to 54, you think he still would have been the favorite?
Hell no.
Against Canelo, hell no.
Nah,
Fuck
we gotta
Hell
let
no.
no.
Mill speak.
But
Mill,
he
you gotta
beat, but he
speak, man.
beat, but he beat a Spence that he's supposed to beat, even though Spence was, a favor to win in most cases. But at the end of the day, he still beat him the way that he
Hey,
did. He's still a good.
Damn, bro.
hey,
Yo,
Rob, you the only train on here, right?
yeah.
All right. With that being said, you the only train on here. When you see certain things and you're looking at fighters and you're looking at fights and you're looking at fighters, do you typically see things different in the way people do in the comments of the YouTube section?
I see things a little differently because I'm coming from a different perspective of like the training aspect.
Okay. But when you see it, you see things different than everybody
Yeah,
else see
I
it,
do.
though.
I do.
You see things different. You're looking at something different. You feel what I'm
Yes.
saying? I'm not gonna give a whole game plan. I'm gonna say this about. I'm gonna line this up to the Dev thing, the me thing, the Bill thing. I'm lining up to all of that.
Yeah.
What I see when I look at Dev, and I'm not overlooking him. I promise you, I'm not overestimating. We training like we training right now because we training for a killer. My son is not a person that needs it. This is his everyday life. I have to
Hell yeah,
make
I
him.
know it's your son. Like he's a killer for sure. I ain't gonna
I
lie, he's
have
a
to
killer.
make him take. I have to make him take breaks. You feel what I'm saying? My son was ready for this fight last week. My son was ready for this fight last month. He was ready for this fight fucking after the soreness kicked in, after the soreness got away from Jin Sasaki and the jet lag got away because he had a lot of jet lag. That shit would last for a while. That Japan on the way back, that shit lasts for a minute. So after that went away, he was ready to fight again. I promise you. I'll show you. This is what B do. He likes to get active. He loves to fight. With that being said, I want y'all to understand the reason that Bill is quiet because Bill know he fucked up. You don't see Bill quiet.
Yo, bro, I'm just thinking, bro. If y'all think Norman talking now, wait till he win this fight.
That's what
It
I'm
ain't gonna be
telling
on
you.
live every day, nigga. That's over.
Bill knows you heard him with Regis. You heard him with Ryan. You heard him his last few fights. You seen how he pushed Loma. He ain't coming with that energy right now.
But
He
wait,
knows he
Norman,
fucked up.
Norman, what if it's that they respect y'all and they really know the challenge that's in front of them, so they just they get
No,
trying to have one of
Y'all
the best training
tripping.
camps in the
Y'all
no,
world?
tripping. Bill
no.
just chilling right now. Y'all
He just
tripping.
That's what
said
I'm saying.
Bill
he
about to
said
Bill
What if
about
they
to
just
back
I
take
back
ain't
at
what if
gonna
they just
lie.
taking a
I
back
ain't gonna
burner?
lie. Hold up. I ain't gonna
Bill
lie. I
Haney
agree
been
with
in the
John.
forefront for a while, so he probably just like, let's just focus on the camp this time. We got a real killer in front of us. You never
Man,
know.
Bill
no,
about
but
to
wait,
pop
but he
back
just
out.
did an
Y'all is
interview.
crazy.
I'm gonna agree with John. I think Bill chilling right now
He
because
just did
Chilling.
an interview. He just did an interview. Devin just did an interview when we was at the ring saying, why would he think we're a killer? We ain't nobody. We ain't even on his level.
no, I
Yeah, I ain't
understand.
gonna lie. They been talking down a lot.
Norman. He's supposed to say that shit just like how you supposed to say shit.
Floyd ain't say that shit. Floyd
No,
ain't never down on
Floyd,
his
but Floyd
opponent.
was Floyd different, bro. We can compare one person to
But
the
that's
actual
who Haney trying
amount
to
of
be like, eh?
coaches talk shit. Like that's what they do, bro. You know what
Thanks.
I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we talking about two dads. It's not like we're looking at Bill as that's the head, Norman, that's the head. That's still at the end of the day, that's their dad. Just like how Bo would be with his son, how Mikey Garcia would be with Robert Garcia. That's their son. They supposed to talk shit.
I think I'm a little different. I think I'm more honest than all you guys because I don't care. I tell you the truth. Like my son get mad at me sometimes because I tell the truth.
Mhm.
I'm a little different than them. I tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth. As a matter of fact, I teach him my son.
You lied a couple times,
Check,
but you right.
check. I ain't lie about nothing.
Yeah, this nigga.
No, you did, bro.
Nah, no funny shit, bro. One thing that it do bothers me though, I don't like boxers talking down another boxers. Like that's really a brotherhood. You feel me? Like the fans could talk shit, but when you in the brotherhood and you know what it takes to be a professional boxer, you really can't talk down on another boxer, even if he's not on your level. You get what I'm saying?
You're
No,
not
That's a
supposed
brotherhood right
to.
there. That's like a fraternity right there. You dig?
Josh,
No, I ain't even on that. I'm just saying, why would you talk down on your opponent, right? And you supposed to fight him, right?
Yeah.
So
okay.
now you giving the naysayers basically the ammo to come back at you after you beat them. That's why every time Floyd was asked about an opponent, he said,
He's a hell of an opponent.
hell of
He's
He's
a
a
an
hell of an
opponent.
opponent.
hell
You
True
of
know,
champion.
a fighter.
you,
Hell
you
of a
know,
fighter.
Right. That nigga be
he's a
gas the shit
he's
out
a
of
young
niggas. We thinking he
he's a
fighting
young
King
hungry
Kong and
lion.
shit.
You know, he's a young hungry lion.
Yeah, bro.
Hell
You
of a
know,
fighter. Hell of a fighter.
work
Absolutely.
work
Absolutely.
smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell
Floyd
you
is
like this.
smart,
I'm
bro.
gonna
He's
tell
a
you like this.
mastermind.
No matter how close, no matter how whatever else, the game plan is already done. The shit is already we got it, bro. I'm not worried about that. And I don't need it. My son is locked in. He's locked in how you need to be locked in. The game plan is already there. We're gonna show you better. We can tell you. Let me ask y'all the question though.
Hold up,
If
Nerman.
we go in there
Nerman.
and demolish, if we go in there and demolish Devin Haney, are we gonna get the credit for doing that?
Of
Facts,
Yeah,
yeah.
course.
You
you
should.
got you.
Of
I
course.
give up
You
to
Hey,
it.
should.
hey, yo,
YSM, we in
hey,
there.
Norman, hey,
We in there.
Ramen, Mill, and the other brother, right? Everybody's saying Bill is laying in wait, right? Like he chilling, right? Could it be, right?
Bill don't chill.
Right. Could it be that these two have a mutual respect? That's one. Two, could it be the Ryan Garcias and all them, they had history. Like everybody else that Devin Fort, they had history of a bickering and back and forth. But if y'all notice, Devin is never the one that's really talking trash.
He made it
Devin,
personal, so hell no, fuck all that. He made it personal, so I ain't worried about that.
Nah, yeah, after
all
that grabbing
right,
shit, bro,
that's
a
cool.
nigga
But y'all
grab my
still got
pops is lit.
a mutual respect towards you and Bill, right? Correct?
Hell no.
It ain't like Garcia and Bill. That's
Hey,
why we
hey,
see
That
John,
Bill and everybody
John,
outside and acting
real,
all crazy.
real fast, John. Why is it personal now?
you
Everything,
said why?
Hey,
everything
Mills,
personal to
chill.
Norman,
No, no,
bro.
no. I'm asking why is it personal
Mills,
now?
chill.
I'm
You asking me or you asking John?
I'm a report. Hey,
Yes, for
Foreign.
you,
I'm a
bro.
reporter, Foreign.
You
I'm
asking me or
asking
Hey,
you.
John? Who
Nah,
you
I'm
hey,
asking?
asking you.
personal,
Mills,
I'm
bro.
asking
you,
you,
It's
Senior.
personal,
Mills, you
bro.
Why
You
I ain't
wild.
asking
gonna
me?
lie,
is
John.
it personal now?
If a
Me?
nigga grab you up like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
bro,
Why is it personal?
Because of
bro.
that shit that they pulled at their press conference.
Okay.
Right,
Oh,
right,
okay.
Yeah,
right,
they
right,
violated
right.
with that, bro. They didn't do that with the Ryans. They didn't do that with the face off that little fake ass face off they had. They didn't do that,
They
Yes,
ain't
they
do none
did.
of that.
Yes, they did.
bro. They did not. They didn't. The security was not grabbing niggas, bro.
No, I
No,
ain't talk about like that, but
That's what
as
I'm
always
talking
was a
about,
little
bro.
scuffle.
nah,
That shit was
nah.
crazy to me. I was like, what
That's
the
personal.
fuck?
That's personal. And I'm not worried about nothing they got to say. I'm not worried about nothing they gonna do. I keep telling y'all, they have to worry about us. People keep saying he never fought nobody like Dev. Dev ain't fought nobody like us. The fuck are y'all
Facts.
talking about?
Man, I
It's
fuck
true
with the
both
haters,
ways.
but
It's true
It's a
both
fact.
ways.
Both ways.
shit
It's true
like that
both
can make
ways.
you lose fans, bro. Like, you
But
feel me?
y'all
And
both
they,
know, well, to the Norman side, this is y'all biggest fight. Like
Absolutely.
this y'all biggest stage. So I don't
One
doubt that y'all
thousand
gonna be
percent.
ready for this. I don't
Absolutely.
doubt it.
you
I
know
got
what's
all the
crazy?
Absolutely.
respect in the world for you. I told
I
you before,
appreciate it.
bro.
The only thing I hate is the time. I hate that shit is in fucking November the 22nd. Like, what this shit?
Yeah,
I
that's
be look. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I try to stay off of here. I don't know. This right here kill my time. This passed my time away, right? So I be trying to stay out, but this passed my time so well. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
time taking.
yeah. So
Hey, Norman, question. How y'all
Yeah.
feel about fighting over there as the fighting over here? Like, was
it
that a
doesn't.
problem for you? Like, well,
No.
damn, why the fuck it gotta be over there?
I
Like, why
told
can't it
no,
be?
them don't mean nothing. I taught my son. At a young age. I said, listen to me. For a reason. I only reached a certain status and a certain level of experience and certain level of even being good for the reasons that you go and fix with my son. We was in Philly for that reason. We was
Yeah.
in Baltimore for that reason. We went to Cali. We went everywhere for that reason. They always told me, but I was a young kid raising 4 kids, so but I couldn't travel like that. I was always told, look, bro. I mean, you only as big. You only gonna the fish is only be as big as a tank you in. You feel what I'm saying? So if you can't get out that tank you in, you can't get but so big. When you go out that tank, you're gonna see there's other big fish out there. You feel what I'm saying? So like, you know what? They're right. And again, credit. Like I say, I'm different than other fathers. I give Boots credit and Bowles credit and Philly Jim credit for the level I came through the roof. Let me tell y'all something. If I didn't tell you this, if you ain't never heard me say it before, B made sure he did like the miles. I think he ran with Boots and he seen him work out. So he made sure he does excessively. I'm so serious. He does excessively more than that. You feel what I'm saying? When we went with Jamil Hackett, great fighter, great pressure fighter, great everything about him. We watched him work out. We make sure we do excessively more than that. You feel what I'm saying? He became obsessed with being better than anybody else. And that came from the Floyd mechanism. It's like, I'm here, I got time. What am I doing? Well, shit, I might well do something right with my time. He go out there and run. B was up there running 15 miles. He stopped running 15 miles. He'd run 15 miles, 10 miles. Like, damn, bro, why you running that long? You ain't no fucking marathon runner. You feel what I'm saying? He was doing that shit.
Man,
Just
run
for the
that shit
fuck.
for like 3 hours. Shit.
All right, so
Nah,
Norman and
bro.
Rob, the two trainers that's on the chat. Hey, Rob, you still there, bro?
Yeah.
All right, so what would y'all say would be the most critical time of camp? Like,
Like
is it the beginning
Nah,
It's the
or
end. It's the end. It's the end. All of it,
is it
really.
okay? What
All
about
of
you,
it.
Rob?
2 weeks. It's always the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
The end.
I tell you why. All right, let's just say
let's just say I'm working with a fight now. Whether I'm doing the boxing or I'm doing the strength and conditioning, either one, it's always the last 2 weeks. So you're dealing with the rest of the camp is going towards the end. Now I don't know John about you, but I know like Norman Mill and I don't know the two other brothers have. But when it's time to cut weight, that's where agitation becomes very very light. Like you'll get aggravated easy, then you don't want to talk to nobody, and then you're going into now it's kind of like you got to get into a different mindset around this time. So now every pound you lose means something. Every time you train, that extra round means something. Every time you eat something, that means something. And it's always the last 2 weeks because then you'll get to the final week. You can't spar. You can't spar the final week. You can't run 6, 7 miles the final week. You can't go ahead and get a massage the last final week. You can't go to chirotherapy the last final week. So now you gotta basically deal with everything you gotta deal with the last 2 weeks by basically polishing, but polishing in detail, sort of like an artist to the canvas, where it's like,
Mm.
okay, now I'm gonna add the white lines to everything, every detail. The
Yep.
whole picture is done, but let me start adding the little white paint into it to give it more of a pop.
Outlines, okay.
You
So
can,
that's
That's good
you got
information.
to, that's time. The last of it is time to lock in.
yeah.
That's why that was a hard question. Let me tell you why it was a hard question. The most important is exactly what he said. The last few weeks, that's that. But it all goes together because if you ain't in fucking no shape at all and you ain't been doing what you're supposed to do, you ain't gonna be able to do what you need to do at the last couple of weeks. So all of it is important, but the most important is the last few. He's absolutely right. You got to make sure when they sparring, you got to make sure they sharp. You got to make sure they end. This is a big thing. You got to make sure they end on a great sparring note.
hmm
You don't want them to get beat the fuck up on their last sparring session.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
My
So
son,
Norman,
It'll stay inside your mind. It'll
true
it'll
okay.
be in
story.
your mind.
Hold
All
on,
right. You know what? You know
real
what, John?
quick, true story. My son was an amateur. I don't even want to say his name. Good fighter. He was with Floyd Mayweather, Jim, everything else. He never really fought no big marquee fights. So y'all do know him. All of y'all know him. He came to the fight. He was older. He got ready to fight. His last sparring session was against my son, and my son was like 15, 16. My son beat him the fuck up. They canceled the whole fight because my son
Mm.
beat him the fuck up. I swear to God.
All right, so Norman.
Yeah.
So look, Norman, question. Real shit. All right, so being as though you the father and the head trainer, right? Is it like do you ever get a second eye or a second opinion? Like are you like, damn, maybe I'm being too hard on him and it's there, but I'm looking for perfection. Like do you have that second person
Yeah.
that's looking at him like chill, dad, like
Well,
or vice versa? Or
I
vice
just,
versa.
I got three people. So B is me. B is me. B. I taught B, what to look for, what to do. So he do his, and of course you can't do so much for yourself. So I got that back up from him. Then we just took in my other assistant coach who does most of the work and most of the training and everything with him with the running and going to the system and stuff like that. That's in Byron Oglesby from Hitsville Gym. Been around for a long time. He's with Louis Colazzo and a couple of other world champions. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I got people.
No, that's good. That's good. No love. I feel
So
like
basic so
my bad.
basically so like and I know you looking for perfection. I hear how you talk, right? So so is your perfection your second eye perfection, or you think you go a little bit over the top because it's your son and because you want him to perform at a at a you know
It got
at
to
a
meet
at,
my standards. Even the other trainers I had before, one of my other trainers, my old trainer, we done had it out big time because you giving my son, you telling my son how good he did, but my son didn't do good at all in my life. But
Mm.
get the fuck up. Like we done got into it. You understand? Like, nah, that's my boy. You don't go telling him, you giving him false information when it comes
Yeah,
to me. You feel what I'm saying?
point.
You
false
don't tell
sense
him
of
that shit was
security, right?
yeah, you don't tell him that shit was okay. That shit is not okay. So no, not at all. No,
That's a
it's
good
So
mine.
Rob,
question, John.
so
It's
Rob,
mine. It's
John,
mine.
that
so
was a
Rob,
good question, by the way.
Because we in
so
this
Rob.
soft ass world nowadays, we
Oh,
think
go.
we
I'm
if we
sorry.
give criticism nowadays we give criticism to somebody, they take it all the way up the ass and shit without trying to do something to better themselves. I don't know, man. I'm only 27, but yo, bro, it's different times for real, for real.
Hey, Rob.
Yo,
So like Norman, and I'm only asking y'all because I'm just intrigued by so when you watching a fire, right? You don't have that intimate connection with you probably do because like y'all spend a lot of time together and you build care for one another or whatever. But when you looking for perfection, right? Do you get a second eye like, yo, is this is
all the
is this the
time.
finishing touch? Okay.
All the time, bro. Listen. So even I'll tell you a couple of experiences that I had, right? So I one time got a call to work with somebody to do their conditioning at for a big fight. So we were talking about the game plan and then everything else, and there was a lot of things that I disagreed with within the camp. But
Mm,
I went to the coach about it, and I said, "Oh, all right, that's okay. So that's how you do it. Do you think it makes sense if we do this? Do you think it makes sense if we do that?" Now it's a lot of kind of like a fight back. Nah. This is the way he's been doing it. This is the way it works. This is the way this. This is the way that. So I kind of gave him a blueprint on the weight cut. When he had the weight cut, he decides to fast. He decided to fast the final week of the fight, and I think he ended up fasting 15 pounds. And he
mm.
looked like shit. He ended up gassing out
Wow.
like the
Yeah,
eighth
that's some
round,
bullshit. Yeah.
which is terrible. All
Yeah.
right, cool. So I'll pause it there. Now, I had another fighter who well, we were working, and I remember he looked like shit during one of his training sessions. So I was like, "Yo." So for me, I'm really big. I'm really big on mental health. I'm really big on trying to fight like the psychological sense of the camp. So
See,
I approach him and I'm like, "Hey, yo, bro, what's going on? Like, you don't look the same. Like, you fatigued a lot faster than what you normally do. You know what I'm saying? You could tell by your body language, like you're not giving in the full effort." This bull told me he was up for 32 hours.
Mm.
So I was like, "Oh shit." I said, "Well, does such and such know?" He was like, "No, they didn't know. They not gonna understand me. They just gonna tell me to just go ahead and move forward." So I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not gonna overstep any boundaries. But this is what I am gonna tell you. I got these teas that'll help you sleep. He took that joint on a Friday. He slept to Sunday. Came in the following week and he was solid.
So
So yeah, like
you
I
still
I
there, Rock?
do, huh?
Shit,
We
what
here.
teas are those,
We
bro?
here.
What
We
teas are
here.
those?
We here.
So I'm listening, I'm listening to the body, I'm listening to him.
So
So I
so all
always
right. So
expect the same
Norm,
thing from me.
I don't think.
my
I don't think. I think you break it. I don't think he hear you, Rob. You can't hear him, John.
yeah, no, I can't hear him.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
hear him
hear him?
well. He was still talking.
yeah, now we can hear him for sure.
Yeah,
I
we hear
need
him.
them teas,
All right,
bro. I'm
hold
having
up. My
problems
fault.
sleeping. I need them
But now
teas.
Norman Senior, Norman and Rob Acosta, I got a question for y'all as trainers, right? Shit, knowing everything that we was just discussing, right? So do y'all think like it's certain magnitudes of fights where and I know fights is won on the day that the fight happens and you got to win the fight, right?
Yeah.
But do y'all think that it's certain fights where your training camp could be so good, you prepare so well that the fight is won at the training camp, or do
Hold
you
on.
think
Uh-huh.
And
like
listen. Here's the crazy part about the fight game and anything in life. It's just all about what God wanted to happen for who He wanted to happen for.
facts?
Anything can happen. You can go out there and get clipped with one punch in the first second of the first fight. I mean, you just never know what's gonna happen. That's the intriguing thing about boxing. You know what I'm
That's a
saying? So
fact. That's a fact.
you can go out there and you can feel great in the sport in the camping and everything else, and you can fuck around and do something. I've done this before. You can fuck around and do the wrong thing after the weigh in, eat the wrong thing after the weigh in, and the day of the fight, you feel like shit. I've done that
Mhm.
before. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So you eat something. So we make sure now where we are now, we make sure we don't do nothing different. You know what I'm saying? We make sure we don't.
Mm,
We make sure we don't eat nothing different. We make sure none of
mm.
that. We make sure everything is good. You feel what I'm saying?
And you know what? And you know what? That was a great answer to the question because I was gonna ask with with like I
I
was
ain't
gonna
gonna.
say
I gotta ask this question for everybody on the panel, bro, because I've been this fight right here. You feel me? And mind you, I've been following Norman. I ain't gonna lie. I keep it a buck since the Sasaki fight. I seen the Quinn Holmes fight, and it was, you feel me? It was a little, but then after them fights forward, it's just like a fucking light bulb went in my head, bro. Right? So I've been watching Norman, and I'm watching Haney. We all know we've been seeing Haney, bro. I don't know, bro. I just can't see this fight going past 7 rounds. Like I'm really trying to think like, yo, what am I bugging? Am I
I'm with
bugging
you.
if I can't
I'm
see
with
the
you.
fight going past 7
I
rounds?
gotta
Because bro,
disagree.
when I
All right.
understand like let me just land my play real quick. When I understand when a fighter got accumulation power and he really got bricks in them hands that anytime he lands something, you're gonna feel that, bro. It's like even punching the guard out the way, counter him with something, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's either he gonna have Haney just moving crazy, all
So
type of
you
crazy
saw him punch. You saw him moving
that
the guard out of the
turkey.
way, punching, right? You saw him doing
Yeah,
that.
like it's nah. And I'm not even trying to be. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even trying to say like I'm just trying to be on Norman. I'm really trying to be real with this. Like you
No,
feel me?
I respect
Nah,
Especially
that.
when
but
it
hold
comes with
on though.
power.
But hold on. Let me keep it a bean, right? So like
It's
I
two
remember
different type of powers.
when Norman and Senior came to my gym a few years ago and they sparred, right? He was sparring. There was 3 times he sparred Boots, and then the other times he sparred with different guys in the gym
But
and
it's like
everything.
that's not the same
Norman,
Norman no more,
Norman,
bro.
Norman is always strong. Like he's a strong ass kid. Like
It's
he's
not the
definitely
same
You
strong.
know he
Norman.
was 20 years old when he first came
No,
out,
no,
right?
no.
It's
I
not
know.
the
I hear you,
same
but I'm
kid,
not.
bro.
I'm
Like
not. I'm
when
not.
people
I'm not
going
doing
back
none of that.
then,
I'm just saying. So he was real strong. So then around that same time, I was in Vegas, and I was around where Dad was in them with training. I'm like, damn, this fucking kid is strong too. So the outcome of this fight all comes down to who came up with the best plan. That's what is going to come down to because
And that's why I was asking about the camp.
so the reason why it comes up with the best camp is because Norman gonna come up with whatever game plan he got. Bill gonna come up with whatever game plan. Now this is Norman's. This is his natural weight. He's fought in this. He's comfortable with this. We've seen what happens when Dev get hit by heavy punchers. We've seen it with Linares. We've seen it with Ryan. We've seen it with multiple people where he's got touch, and we like, okay,
by
what's gonna
heavy
happen now,
smaller
right?
punches, smaller
So
guys.
but we seen Dev be real smart and not get hit with a lot of the same shots on when he started getting in his game, when he started boxing. So in my opinion, I can kind of see if Norman catches him with a real good shot, he's gonna go back into boxing and try to make the fight look boring just to win. It's not about
I
how you look, it's how he win.
B
yo,
Then
might
I
just
can see
box him out.
Norman.
let me ask
B
you
might
this.
just box him out just because
Let
y'all
me
talking like this.
let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick, bro. Every time he's gotten caught, he wobbled. Like it affected him easy.
It did.
Bro, I don't know if he's gonna wobble. He may go down after that
No, he,
run.
Hey yo. All right, so look, I can't take it. I'm sorry. We
Nah, I feel
talk
you.
about now. I told you, hey Norman, I told you plenty of times, bro. I respect your son. I respect you as a trainer, and I respect that man as a world champion, right? For sure. I will never speak against that at all. But we talk about Devin Haney. We not talk about Saki. We not talk about those people that he's fought.
I'm not talking about those people either. You act like my
Norman,
son. Wait a minute. You
this
act like
is
my son.
hold up,
Wait a
Norm,
minute.
hold
Wait.
up.
One at a
Go ahead.
time, y'all. One at a time, y'all. Let's hear each other out.
Go ahead.
Hey Norm, like I just said, bro, this is going to be the biggest fight of your life. Y'all never been on this stage, as where Dev has fought a Lomachenko. He has fought
I feel like that's all
son
mental,
possessed,
bro.
which is the power that he got. Not even Ryan Garcia. I don't believe so. But are you telling me right now that y'all thinking it's going to end at 7 and y'all think he going to knock Devin down 3 and 4 and 5 times? Like, come on, man. Where the respect
Devin,
at?
I,
Devin is going to sleep.
Devin even giving
yo,
y'all
I'm gonna
respect.
give
Like, yeah,
yo
he a
John.
killer.
It
Like, you
don't
feel what I'm
matter.
saying?
We give him respect for everything he done, but I'm
Yo,
telling you, he going to sleep.
let me say this to John real quick. Yo, John, my brother. No lie, no disrespect to you, bro. Ryan is not a bigger puncher than fucking Brian Norman, and I hope he fight Brian Norman. I hope Tio fight Brian Norman. I hope all these niggas after this fight
I
lined
just
up
said
to
that.
fight him because I promise you they're gonna come with the excuse. It better not come with who he fought after.
I
Feel
just
me?
said that.
No, no,
Hey,
no. I'm
Brian, didn't
saying
I just say
after,
that?
like,
I just said
and
We
I
Brian
cool.
is
think
a
Norman
Let
bigger
him
got
talk.
guy fighting smaller guys. All the guys too is just been smaller than him. All the other guys, bro. He's
That's
been
what you're
saying
missing.
he
And
can't
that's
Brian
what
make
you're
Norman
missing.
smaller
140.
than him.
He
No, he
can't make
not.
140. He
No, he
can't make
not.
135.
He not smaller than him.
What was the problem with Tank that y'all said he couldn't make 135, right? Barely. He made it, but barely all the rehydration, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So that means he's too big for that weight class. 140, he's too big for that weight class. My nigga, go fight niggas your size and you won't see what happened. Look how Rolly put him down. And what was Rolly?
Hey, real quick, Big John, how do you figure Brian Norman smaller than him? What way is he smaller than him?
I think Brian Norman is a little bit more bulkier than him for sure.
He's not. No, they're the identical. Listen. Go look at the what you call it. They're the exact same height, and Brian has a 1 inch reach advantage. So how is that?
I think Norman bigger. I think Norman.
He is big.
Yeah, I thought he was always huskier than him. I ain't know he was
dense.
like.
Hey, listen, he dense as hell.
Yeah,
that's what I keep telling you. It's when you dap him up. If you ever give him 5, you will feel it. He dense. He dense as shit.
No, he looked power. He looked strong as shit. I ain't gonna say here and lie, but
bro, Haney put on more weight.
Hey, bro. Hey, yo, the fight is not one that way. It's one with skills, man. I don't think Brian Norman.
My man just said he trying to get you to understand he was doing all that against smaller fighters, and you said, but Brian Norman's smaller than him. That's
no,
not.
I was wrong. I admit when I was wrong.
But John, you was kind of right though, because if we looking at it, and this is why I agree with Rob though, and I say the fight is won with the training camp, and that's why I was asking that question, because it's gonna be a battle of game plans. Because if you see, no matter who Devin has been up against, he's been able to neutralize him. So that's clearly Devin's best asset, is being able to neutralize fighters. I think that, like Rob said, the fight could either go, if Brian Norman catches him, then he catches him. But if not, he's going to get neutralized.
If I'm being real, I don't even think it's going to have to do with game plan. I think it's going to have to do with who got more skills. When we talking about skills, I think because y'all
Devin got more skills, bro.
No, you talking lateral movement. You're not talking offense, bro. You just talking moving around the ring. And Brian Norman, bro, he could box. He got feet, bro. I don't understand what people keep saying that.
All right.
No. When
the last time you watched a Devin fight, bro?
Bro, I seen the Loma fight. I seen the Regis fight. I seen the fucking, what's this nigga name? The JoJo fight. I seen what other fight this nigga had? That was elite. Damn. All the fights he's been caught.
Champions. Look, all ex-champions are champions.
Wait, what?
All ex-champions are champions.
But remember this though, okay? All ex-fights and champions, okay, bro. He's had good game plans and been able to see. You feel me? Like, okay, with the Loma fight, who did Loma face before? He faced Jermaine Ortiz and Teofimo Lopez. Bro, they both was going to the body. What did Dev started doing the first round coming into Loma? He stepped to him, going to the body. Bro, I thought Loma was gonna have rib surgery or something. The way Dev was going to the body so much.
Yeah, but bro, again, that's game planning.
Yeah, that's game planning, but you already kind of have a sense of, you feel me? You're not facing that nigga before them other niggas faced him and already gave you the idea. Not even like that, you feel me? Because Devin is a good fighter. I'm not taking no respect away from him. He's a great fighter, bro. But it's been that lower weights, bro, with smaller guys, bro. Right. I put it like this, game. Let's say you face somebody your same height that could fight as good as you, right? You might have a good match with him. Now, let's say you face a smaller fight that could fight as good as you. You're gonna beat him up. You're bigger than him. It don't matter if he fight as good as you.
Okay, bro. So you basing it off the size. You basing it off the size, correct?
Not only size, skills. Like, I think y'all underestimating Brian Norman's skills.
I don't think you basing off of skill, because it's now I didn't see Norman fight at that magnitude because he hasn't been on his stage yet. But Brian Norman, respectfully, has been in 50-50 fights with people that he should have wiped the floor with.
Look, I've seen a lot of sparring from Brian Norman. Like, I seen sparring. But listen, sparring show your skill sets, though. You got to show skill set in sparring. How you think he kept up with Bud?
I hear you.
How you think he kept up with Bud in sparring a tank?
I'm talking about the big stage, sir.
Hold up real quick. So let me ask you this, bro. How old are you? You said you was what, 27?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so look, who got better skill? All right, I just want him to answer.
I've been watching boxing for a minute.
Who got better skill, Floyd or Zab Judah?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Floyd, I ain't gonna lie. His skill set on the defense side, I ain't gonna lie. It was trumping a lot of the offense, but then Zab Judah was doing his shit though. Floyd made adjustments. Floyd made adjustments in that fight, bro. He made adjustments.
Zab was a better fighter overall. Floyd is just a harder worker and he's smarter. But it all came down to the game plan.
No, the
Like when he
adjustments
went
that
back
Floyd
to
was
that
able to
corner, his pop, Roger, everybody got together and say, yo, listen, this is working. Keep doing this. That's all part of game planning. You watch football, right? How you think the Eagles was able to neutralize? How you think the Eagles was able to neutralize Patrick Mahomes the way they did? Because
football's rigged to me, bro. I don't watch football. That shit rigged to me, bro.
Oh shit! All right, well look,
Watch baseball, man.
What the
That
fuck?
shit rigged, bro.
but
I ain't gonna lie,
all
bro.
the
right, you
same,
Rigged,
though,
can't
Rob.
base
bro.
You
it.
on the right
I
track.
lost too much
You
money on that bullshit, bro. I ain't
on the
gonna
right
go
track,
base it
though,
on
overboard.
Rob.
skills. You can't base it on skills because look, on paper, we're talking just on paper, right? Don't think about the caliber right now. Just on paper, Gamboa had better skills than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford still won though.
How would you what?
Yeah, he
No,
did.
bro.
He was an Olympian. There ain't
So
nothing to talk
what,
about.
bro? That don't mean so what?
He had better angles, better footwork. He just beat him because he beat an old ass Gamboa.
But in size, Terence Crawford was bigger.
I understand, but then again, then are you going to give him that window?
Nigga, he beat him up. Did
No.
you not see? What the fuck we talking
If
about,
if you're
bro?
Stop.
if we're going off of what you're
Nah,
saying,
I
Did
feel
if
like
we're
you
we
did
going
you
off
moving
of
watch
what
that
you're
around a
fight?
saying,
little bit.
He didn't
Did you
watch
watch that
that
fight?
fight. He didn't
With
watch that
Gamboa,
fight.
I was young though. I was young though. I ain't gonna lie.
You baby.
I watched it.
bruh,
I watched it.
Game Ball was
Gamboa
outboxing
is
I
Bud for
watched it.
4
yes.
rounds.
Hey, he didn't watch
All right,
that
now hold
fight.
on.
No,
Here's
let me
another
keep it a
one. Here's
buck. Let
another
me
one.
speak.
Here's another one, right? Here's another one. Lomachenko and Regendal both match the same skill. Who was the better fighter that night? Lomachenko. Why? Because Lomachenko was a bigger guy, but skill for skill,
He matched
I
up.
said
it
Reagan
was
that
right
wasn't really.
there.
He was doing
He
shit.
matched
He
up.
kept getting under Loma and shit. Like he was doing shit in that fight. I wasn't. I'm like, what the fuck are you
Yeah,
doing,
but
bro?
your opinion to what
It's
he
not
was
my
doing,
opinion.
not
It was the
doing,
fact,
is
nigga. He
not
was
what
getting
I'm
caught.
And you know what, Rob? You bring up a good point, and that's the reason why.
Yo,
Like,
how can I share my
hold
screen?
on,
I can
speak
show
the
you how
truth.
much money I made
Speak the
on these
truth.
fights.
Speak the truth. That's the reason why people feel some type of way when people say like, "Oh, Brian Norman is gonna do this," because like Rob just said, on paper, if you're looking at the fighters on paper, there's the skill matchup is it's not fair. Just from what we saw, I'm not saying Brian Norman ain't got the skills, but from the fights that we saw, the skills like level, it's a level
Hey,
difference.
let me ask
Okay,
you.
but
Hold
Let
on,
me
hold
what
ask
on.
you.
skills are
Hey,
y'all
the one
talking
who's
about?
Senior,
talking
hold on,
right
Name
now.
me
Senior.
skills.
Hold on.
What
Senior,
skills?
hold on. Let me just say something real quick, Senior. And I know you about
And
to go
appreciate
off.
Mills. We appreciate Mills because he's been supposed to end the live and he's still on here.
Hey,
So we
yo,
appreciate Mills.
hey, Senior, I know you about to go off on this, but just hear me out on
No, I'm
this.
not.
Just let
I'm
me
not.
finish, right? So, my man, right?
Yeah,
Who
bro.
on paper, Brian Norman got skills, right? That's what you're saying. I'm
No,
not
not on
disagreeing, but that's
paper.
what you're
He
saying, right?
literally got skills. They ain't on paper, bro.
Okay. So does Boca Chica got skill?
Bro, it happens, bro. It was
No.
young,
Listen,
bro.
just answer the question. Does Boca Chica got skill? Yes or no?
I mean, he had the skills to drop him. He timed the perfect a shot. He timed it
That would have,
perfect.
if that fight would have went 10 rounds, that would have been Brian Norman's toughest fight. And
Bro,
it
at
all
that.
comes down to the game planning. And it's not about how dirty Boca Chica was, hitting behind the head, hitting low
He
blow, hitting
definitely
him
was
with the
hitting.
elbow
Yeah.
and shit like that. It's a fight, bro. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell my fighter to punch you in the ears. I'm gonna tell him to punch you in your shoulder blades. I'm gonna tell him to hit you every fucking where. It's a fight.
But look
Now,
what you saying though, bro. So you gotta basically do dirty tactics to win,
No,
bro.
it's a fight. Dirty
so,
tactics is
hey,
low
look.
blow.
Let me ask my question to
Dirty
my man
tactics
who
is low
said.
blow. Dirty tactics is elbow. Dirty tactics is hitting
You
you
just
Yeah,
behind the
said he
head.
was
I'm
hitting
here.
behind
So
the
I'm
head,
here,
brother.
senior.
Hold
I'm
on, the
here.
man who did that. Okay, listen. I got a question for you. So
Yeah, you cut out.
when you seen Brian Norman in the fight where he needed a certain skill that he didn't have.
And look, okay, and that's a great question because I was gonna say that. I don't think he's had to pull out any crazy skills. I can agree with that, but that's what I'm saying. People are hearing it different when you guys are saying, "Oh, he's gonna be able to outbox Devin if it gets to boxing. He's gonna,"
He
because
can
from
outbox
what we
that.
saw,
And about what you
Devin,
saw, he did what he was supposed to do to win the fight.
and that's true. But how can it not be about what we saw if one guy's displaying a certain type of skill and one guy's displaying raw power?
Wait,
How can it
what
not
type
be
He
of
about
did
what we
skill
what he
saw?
has
was
Devin
supposed to do to
displayed
win
that
the
you keep
fight.
saying, bro?
As
No,
long as
I'm
the
not
job
disagreeing.
get done, the job get done.
I'm not disagreeing with the job being done. I'm saying the reason why we can't see him outboxing Devin Haney is because of what we saw. The
What
skill difference.
will fans rather see a boxing contest or a knockout?
No, that's different though, bro. Because if that's the case, you can't say that, because then we're gonna have to talk about Floyd, how he hasn't knocked nobody out since Aldo House.
No. I'm saying if you have the ability, if Floyd had the ability that my son had, he would have went in there and stomped him out.
And remember,
All right,
Floyd
I ain't gonna
has
lie to
hands
you.
in.
Here's my opinion. I would rather outbox a person for 12 rounds than go in and go for a kill. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I outbox you and make you look stupid, I just proved that you don't deserve to be in the same circle with me.
X.
Now,
But
if you catch me with a clean shot, and I go down.
Over here,
No,
where I'm
I
from.
understand, Norman. No, I'm not saying you wrong, bro. I'm not saying you wrong. All I'm saying is, okay, so let me ask you this: the boy that knocked out Lennox Lewis, from Floyd Gym, Rockman was not a better fighter than Lennox Lewis. We can say that, but he caught him with a clean shot.
He caught him,
Power. That's what power do to you.
Yeah,
I understand that, but also too, look what happened. Look what happened with Isaac Cruz.
Brian
He got
Norman
power
has
too.
skills and power. That's what you are missing, sir. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm not saying Brian Norman don't got that. I'm answering his question.
Oh, okay.
I'm answering his. I'm not saying Brian Norman ain't got skill. I'm not saying Brian Norman ain't got skill or power. I believe he do. But I'm just answering his question.
He hasn't displayed that just of yet, because he didn't need to display that, is what Mr. Norman is saying. But all I'm saying is, I'm sorry, what you say?
A lot of excuses going to be made after Brian Norman, after this fight, bro. A lot of excuses. I'm just hearing a lot of excuses, bro. I'm going to hear this, bro.
I ain't going to hold you. I ain't going to lie to you, bro. I got Norman. I think Norman's going to beat that.
TSW, you a trainer, bro, right? Right? You a trainer, but I feel like sometimes y'all go too deep on the damn. Just because you got more skills, that means you could. Yeah, you gonna beat him, bro. Sometimes
skills pay the bills, bro.
A fighter can have a certain type of attributes that you may not beat this type of fighter. It don't matter what skill you have. It don't matter what, bro. You can bring everything, bro, and you may not be able to beat this type of fighter just because he possesses this certain type of skill.
History says you lying, bro. History says
all right.
Hold on.
Hey, John, hold on. Watch this. So, all right. So, explain to me of your theory just now.
I'm not a historian either, bro. Don't take me back to the 1950s.
No, I just said history.
You got to. That's called history, my guy.
I mean,
so what happened with Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard?
I was about to get to that.
I mean, it's different. You seen the first fight, Sugar Ray.
No, we talking about the series.
He tried to step to him. You can't.
All right, okay. So what happened with Holyfield and Tyson?
Holyfield, bro. What? Holyfield was skills above Tyson.
Exactly, but that goes against what you just said about the power, though.
But you comparing Brian, I'm not. Come on, bro. So you said Brian Norman barely got no skills there.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Wait. Are you implying that Mike Tyson barely got skills?
I never said that. I never said that.
Bad boy.
No, I'm not. Rob, I'm not saying that he used the parallel. But he just used the parallel to you saying he barely got any skills when with that comparison with Tyson and Holyfield.
He didn't have more skill than Holyfield. He didn't.
Mike Tyson is highly skilled.
Not more skilled than Holyfield. I said he didn't have more skill than Holyfield.
Mike Tyson, there's an argument with that. Mike Tyson is highly skilled.
No,
elite level.
Warrior.
On the inside, elite level.
Holyfield was just a fighter. Mike Tyson had more skill than Holyfield.
Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson is more fundamentally sound than Ali.
He knew what he was doing. Mike Tyson knew what he was doing. Holyfield, I'm not saying he didn't know what he was doing, but he was just a brute force. He was a fighter. He would shift the lever in the go and just go. That's why you see him doing all that bouncing and just doing what he do.
Hey, Tyson lost every big fight he ever had.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I got Norman beating death. I do. I've said,
did y'all hear me?
And I'm gonna stand on it.
Rounds?
That's not true.
I think the only way Dev won't pull it off. I think Dev can only pull it off is if he box and do what he did with Ramirez. That's the only way I see it happening.
Ramirez need to be set to punch, bro. That's not Brian Norman, bro.
I don't need my son to be set to punch.
Fighters that punch on the move.
That's why I said, bro, my question for each one in the chat.
Because in my mind, I'm trying to visualize. Look,
we got 5 minutes left. Go ahead and ask your question.
All right, let me ask one question. I'm gonna ask a question to each person in the chat. Y'all tell me what you're saying. Jamil, you person, who have you seen Devin in there with his size and that meets his size fundamental, his size, you know, his size period. When it comes to length and height, who have you seen him with? Two people. Am I correct or wrong? Ryan Garcia and Jose Ramirez. Are the only two people, or is there anybody else?
Antonio Moran.
And Antonio Moran, but we already
What's
know
that guy he knocked out? The guy that Devin Haney knocked out a long time ago.
Right, at 135. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So outside of that, we
speak the
think
truth. You're not familiar with Antonio Moran is huge. If you
but I'm just saying, but we're somebody still a 135 pounder, right?
Yeah, but you said his size.
You called him huge all he won't, he's still 135.
Well, wait, so, you said his size, right?
Yes, we cool, we with that. Yeah. So within late, the two people you see him in that with his size was just
it's Antonio Moran.
No, that's not late. That was what, 2019?
Oh, you mean within the last 2 years?
Yes.
2-3 years?
2019.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah. So the last two people you've seen it with, he looked horrible against. The last two people you see him in there with, that was his height, and his dimensions. They looked horrible. One of them had flat feet for real. They could not counterpunch. Brian Norman is a hell of a counterpunch. Go pay attention. When them punches come out, they got punches coming back. Them guys didn't punch it back when he punched.
I got a question for you though. You talked about Ramirez's feet, etc. Who's a better fighter, Jose Ramirez or Jin Sasaki?
Jose Ramirez. I mean, what do you mean? A better what? Boxer?
Who's a better fighter?
You gotta answer that, champ.
I don't get what you asking me because I haven't seen
Ramirez, bro. Just say Ramirez.
I mean, I'm gonna say Ramirez because of boxing. I can't say if Jin would have knocked him out or not. I don't know.
No. What I'm saying is
boxer. I honestly don't know.
He's just a better fighter.
You can call him. Yeah, I would call him a better fighter. Yes.
Yeah.
But remember the Ramirez.
For me, I got it. Senior, I got it a 50-50 fight. I don't know. I need to see. I won't decide until I see him on the scale. They look visibly the same size, but their physiologies is different. Devin's looks more like weight, whereas the O'Brien looked more like muscle. When I seen him in the back room, I need to see how Dev physically looks at 147 pounds.
Around the same weight. Listen, Brian walking around the same weight day in, day out. 162, 163. He the same weight day in, day out. Where you at every day? I got down to where you leave at. I left at 158. He'll lose 6-7 pounds a day. Y'all know how they go. That's how much he drinking gallons of water a day. You feel what I'm saying? He drink 2 liters when we in the gym minimum. Like he in the gym for 3-4 hours a day. That's what he do. This is his life. That's what people don't understand. This is what he do.
So B. Yeah. So with your size comparison, right? I got a comparison. Who's for the better competition?
Okay. Who bought the better competition? You got to say Devin by numbers. But my question to you is, could those people that Devin beat, you think Lomachenko get in the ring with and beat Brian Norman? You believe that?
I don't think that's what his question was, though, bro. I don't think his question was who got a better resume.
Yeah, skill wise, yes. Now don't get me, hey, bro. Brian Norman, I think everybody that Dev beat, I think Brian Norman would have beat, but a different way.
He'll beat him. Yes, that's my point.
Other than Lomachenko, everybody else,
he'll beat Lomachenko, and people say Lomachenko beat him. I think Lomachenko beat him, but he'll still beat Lomachenko. That wouldn't even be close. Lomachenko be so afraid of B-Power, he wouldn't even be coming in like that doing all that shit.
B, come on, bro. Be realistic, man. Like at the end of the day, we talking about 135 pounder to 147 pounder.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm trying to say.
Like what? That's like saying Terence Crawford. That's like saying Terence Crawford could go up and weigh and beat Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
like what are we talking about?
Facts.
Nah, you saying facts, but you brought that up. Yo, appreciate Mills, man. We on it, yo, man.
Hey, B Nor. Hey Nor. I don't know if you think I'm a Norman hater. I keep telling you, bro. I fuck with your son, bro. I fuck with you too, bro.
Good.
It's not even about that, dog. We're gonna show you, man. Look, all we got is time. That's
I'm
it.
looking forward to it.
What we trying to do, we trying to show the boxing world. That's from Philadelphia to New York to California to Vegas. We trying to show the boxing world how it's done. That's all we trying to do. We trying
That
to show
y'all
the
here
boxing.
now.
We now forget that we here now. Like you hear my son say, everybody's soft. That's win, lose, or draw. How hard
Like
is it to make a fight?
sissified.
They sissified. If you want to fight
Yo, what the fuck
honestly.
is wrong with
Bro,
y'all?
you don't understand what I'm saying to y'all. Y'all don't get it. Y'all making fighting like me and Greg Hackett. I keep saying it. Us and Devin Haney. Jen Sasaki, Brian Norman. All matches made quick. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to talk about. When you want to fight, let's fight.
I'm gonna sign off now. We've been on here for 3 hours, and this is on
appreciate
y'all.
Hey yo, shout out to y'all, man.
If y'all be cooking me with these panels, keeping me on. I wanted to do a quick hour and then to a nap. But I appreciate y'all for hopping on. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe.
Shout
man.
out to y'all, man.
This the Liddy
We out here.
content though, Mel. That's
Rob,
fire, you feel me?
all y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Respect to y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of
I
y'all
just
days
wanted to
too.
know. My bad, bro. I just needed to know if I was bugging seeing Norman under 7 rounds with Haney. Like I'm trying. I needed to get some other opinions because my mind, like
Yeah,
I
you
keep
bugging.
visualizing. I'm
You
trying to
bugging.
visualize.
Yo. We ain't starting another hour long.
Nah, I
You
appreciate it.
bugging.
Yo, we done. I'll
Yeah,
let
you
y'all.
bugging.
Nah, y'all
Respect
take
to
it
y'all,
easy.
man.